This is Rudimentary Distortion, written by Mila Crawford. Performed in duet by J.F. Harding, Gregory Salinas, and Samantha Brentmore. Dear Reader, the book contains heavy and potentially triggering elements such as suicide, abusive parents, domestic violence, drug addiction, child abuse, and neglect. There are many sexual acts that include degradation, spit play, cum play, cream pie cleanup, double penetration, exhibitionism, period play, breath play, capnolania, somnophilia, impact play, praise, public sex, knife play. Please take this into careful consideration before listening. Your mental health matters. Prologue. Billy. Death is an unavoidable fate. You can't cheat it, bargain with it, or outrun it. When your time is up, the Grim Reaper stampedes his way to claim what's rightfully his. But once you're dead, none of it matters. You're no longer consumed with the thoughts that preoccupy the living. You're dead. Now your only worry is whether you decay in darkness or pearly white gates take you to a promised paradise. The only people who suffer are the living haunted by your memory. The service is pleasant as any service can be, with people crying or pretending to care about the dearly departed. I glance over the sea of black, trying to figure out who these people are. Cold, clammy hands grip mine as they whisper words they were told would bring comfort. All their words do is induce rage. "I'm sorry," they say. What are they sorry about? Did they put a gun in his hands? They sure weren't the reason the gun was there. The only people to blame for this are Lars Morgan, Kane Foster, and me. I look toward Kane, the sole person left in the church. He's wearing a black leather jacket and hasn't taken off his dark aviators. Not once. At least he showed up, unlike Lars. Kane doesn't feel obligated to share in memories of Trevor. He doesn't believe in being friendly or humoring old elementary teachers who never had a kind word to say about Trevor when he was still breathing. I close my eyes trying to tune out the chatter. "He was a good guy, Billy. I'm so sorry." Light floods my vision as I open my eyes to see Claire Vox staring at me. Wetness coats her cheeks, but her eyes appear bone dry.
"Save it, Claire Bear. You didn't give two shits about Trevor. If I remember correctly, you took pleasure in pointing out that he grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. You're pretending to give a fuck about him now he's 6 feet under, but you sure as hell didn't care less about Trevor Parker when he was still breathing. Remember how mercilessly you mocked him about the small tear in his sneakers in the 5th grade? You didn't care about him then. You didn't stop to ask him why he hadn't eaten for a few days or why his mom was on another bender with some random fucker, leaving an 11-year-old boy alone with bare cupboards."
Kane's deep voice runs through my bloodstream like a life force. His eyes move from Claire to me. His stony expression is a bullet rushing to the center of my heart, making me pray that the ground beneath me would split open and swallow me whole. I hold my breath for the venom Kane has ready to hurl at me, but what he does is 10 times worse. He pushes past Claire without acknowledging me. It's as if I'm not there, invisible. "Kane's still low-life trash, I see," Claire whispers, flipping her long blonde hair. She grabs my shoulders, kissing each cheek before putting on her Gucci glasses and descending the church steps. Another man approaches me, but I can't focus. My gaze is trained on Kane as he climbs onto his motorcycle, helmet in hand. "Excuse me," I say, before running toward him. "Kane!" He turns, and his cobalt blue eyes pierce me like the tip of a samurai blade. He doesn't say anything. He just hands me the helmet. His coldness gives me a sense of comfort. Unlike the surrounding crowd who echo words of kindness, Kane represents the uncouth and disdainful. He strips convention until the only thing left is honesty. We gaze at each other while we drown in silence. The pain of losing Trevor churns in my stomach. I'll do anything to make it end, even if it's a numbing agent that will give me a moment of peace. I put on the helmet and wrap my arms around his waist as he starts the motor, and we leave all this superficial bullshit behind. The wind whips past as we drive down the interstate, passing the cars. I place my head on Kane's back and shut my eyes. The moment won't last. I know it's a blip of joy captured in my hand. When reality knocks on the door of my life, this will slip through my fingers like sand through an hourglass. So I try not to think about it. Right now, Trevor is alive. And Kane loves me. The traffic dissipates and the bike stops moving. I open my eyes and stare at the dock. Someone sits there, a bottle of liquor and a guitar in his hands. Lars.
He's been drunk since it happened.
Kane says, breaking into my wistful thoughts.
A 2-week bender.
Lars doesn't drink. He never drinks.
He does now.
My heart aches and worry spikes in my veins. Addiction is genetic. It sits dormant in your veins until a simple drink causes an avalanche, burying you so deep that no amount of clawing can dig you out. I turn to Kane, watching him light a joint and take a hit. Not all of us gnarring on kids are straight edge. Lars was. Guess having your crackhead mom burn up your entire right arm is the best anti-drug advertisement any kid can be exposed to. I frown. How could you let him do this? Kane's laugh is empty. Without saying a word, he walks past me toward Lars.
I wasn't responsible for my mother's addiction, and I'm sure as fuck not responsible for his. That guilt trip shit doesn't work on me.
I rush after him, taking 2 strides to each of his. Why does he have to be so tall? We reach Lars. His head is down as he repeats the same chords on the scratched-up guitar.
What's she doing here? What do you want, Billy?
He doesn't look at me. That hurts. Especially since he was proselytizing his undying love for me 2 weeks ago. Kane brought me. Lars's eyes are focused on his guitar. His fingertips leave red streaks as he picks at the strings. I expect him to say something. I don't care if he yells. At this point, I'd even appreciate a punch to my face. But all he does is gaze into the void as he strums the opening chords of Stairway to Heaven. Instead of singing the lyrics, Lars turns to me. His golden brown eyes, usually so vibrant, now appear dull.
You should go, Billy. You never belonged here.
My hand springs to my cheek as I wipe away the moisture. I didn't even notice the tears falling down my face. I was too focused on the sharp cruelty of Lars's words. You never belonged here. Really, Lars? That's how it's going to be? Suddenly, I don't belong because my junkie mom liked her drugs in pill form instead of from a needle? I jump at the clang of the guitar hitting the wooden boardwalk, holding my ground as Lars steps forward. You think you're the only one in pain? You think you're the only one who loves him?
Loved. You can't use present tense when talking about the dead.
He spits the words as he takes another step toward me. He's so close that I can feel the heat of his body and his breath on my skin. Lars bends to pick up the bottle of Jim Beam, taking a swig.
It doesn't matter now. It's all over. We can all go back to our lives. You to your fancy school. Kane and me drowning in this shit town until we join Trevor in our graves.
So that's it? We're over?
We've been over for weeks, Billy. We ended when Trevor died.
Guess forever meant nothing to you both. Lars grabs my chin, and I wince as he presses his fingers into my skin, holding my face still.
It was supposed to be the 4 of us, not 3. We don't work without him. Without him, we're just missing puzzle pieces.
Lars brings his lips close to mine, and my eyes instinctively flutter closed. Messed up anticipation swirls in my mind, and lust churns in my stomach. Lars screams before shoving me and walking away.
Live your life, Billy. There's nothing left for you here.
I turn to Kane. He takes another hit from the joint, avoiding my gaze.
He's right.
He jumps up and nods toward his bike.
I'll take you home.
The universe made me fall in love with 3 men in different ways. The one who became my family died, and the 2 who lit my soul on fire want nothing to do with me. The universe is a son of a bitch. I brush the tears that won't stop falling from my cheeks and try to control my shaking voice. I'll find my own way home.
Chapter 1. Kane. Now. Glass shatters on the wall. Seems like things never change. The only difference is that was a bottle of Jim Beam 10 years ago, and now it's a $500 single malt.
She's not going on tour with us.
Lars growls.
I don't give a fuck that she's Vinyl's best reporter. Find someone else. Wasn't she supposed to become a do-gooder addiction counselor type of shit job?
I turn to our manager. Find someone else, Kay. Kay throws her hands in the air and paces the tour bus.
She's interviewed the biggest musicians in the world. Her bylines get more hits than any other music journalist in the world. You want to fuck up your career because you had some puppy love bullshit when you were in your teens?
She stops moving and stares at us.
This is the big time. After the Grammys, everyone wants a piece. Besides, she doesn't need to know who you are. Those gas masks you all wear give you anonymity.
She'll catch on once she's touring with us on the bus. We don't sleep in masks,
Lars says. His hands shake as he grips a bottle of whiskey.
I'll get her on a separate tour bus. No one's seen your face. The only people who know your identity are the band, some high-up label heads, the lawyers, and me. It's all under lock and key.
We'd been careful to hide the names and faces behind Gutless Void. Our old bassist and songwriter Gunnar Shaw was the only person to come forward. We weren't too impressed when his name hit the spotlight, especially since his wife is the biggest pop star in the world. The rest of us had to weave through a swarm of reporters and paparazzi, all desperate to uncover the identities of the current 4 band members.
She's got a tight ass that I wouldn't mind tearing into,
Marley says.
Touch her and I'll fuck your ass with a baseball bat and make you beg for your mommy.
Lars spits. Marley leans back in his chair and takes a drag from his cigarette.
Damn, Lars. Didn't know you were still feeling her. When she shows up, maybe you can take a piss by her feet. Marley, I suggest you keep your mouth closed before I wire it shut for you.
I got 1G on Marley, Iggy says. Leaning back, I take a hit from my joint. Marley might be bigger, but Lars has taken more hits. I'll take the fucking bet. Kay pounds her fist on the desk.
No one is fighting or betting. You've got a show tonight, and we don't have time for these idiotic games.
Ignoring Kay, I put out my blunt and walk over to Lars, taking the liquor bottle from him. Grabbing the sides of his head, I bring my forehead to his, ensuring he can't look anywhere but in my eyes. It's been 10 years. She isn't gonna start anything.
She's always starting something, Kane. Don't fucking delude yourself. She started something the minute she walked into that meeting, and Trevor claimed dibs.
We've ignored the past for 10 years, partying and getting lost in music. Anything to numb it away. But I've learned that the past is a ghost who haunts us. An anchor that tethers us and drowns us at the same time. Lars and I have built something for ourselves. We have money and fame. We could have any woman we wanted. But that 19-year-old girl still lingers in every breath we take. It's her face we see in every riff we create, her voice with every lyric we write, and her body we long to touch. Lars's gaze locks with mine. Pretty golden eyes that make everyone lose their mind. Eyes that burn into your soul even when he wears a mask. Eyes I'd chase to the ends of the earth with no questions asked. Give us the room, I order. Kay and Marley get up and head to the door.
You coming, Ig?
Marley asks. Iggy chuckles and gets comfortable in his chair. Nah, I'm staying. This is about to get good.
Move your ass, Iggy.
Kay pulls him by the ear and forces him from the room. Once the door clicks behind them, I turn to Lars. She can't hurt us if we don't let her.
Hurt? Billy never hurt me. You gotta give 2 shits about someone for them to hurt you. I just don't want her coming back into my life now that it's not a heaping pile of fuck-ups and shit.
You want to prove you don't give a fuck about her? We gotta do the interview. Lars glares at me.
I never want to see her again.
He's lied to himself for so long that sometimes I believe he means it. I shove Lars against the wall with a thud. She's not the reason he's dead. We are. We created something that left him behind. It was our fault and you know it. Lars's body goes limp. His shoulders slump as he closes his eyes.
I don't want to go back there.
You can't go back when you never even left. Lars, you still have 1 foot back there. And so do I. Lars shoves me off him.
I left all that shit in the rear view, motherfucker.
Then you shouldn't give a fuck if she's following us like a pathetic little lapdog. Lars is angry, Shit, so am I. Trevor was our brother. It was the three of us against the world. When one of us needed something, the other two ensured we got it. 3 kids from broken, fucked up homes somehow found each other and understood the concept of family for the first time. If it weren't for Trevor and Lars, I'd be slinging drugs on the street, eventually dead from a bullet. The only reason we made it was because of Trev and our promise to use our music to start something new and untainted by our parents' bullshit. Fuck, if it weren't for Trevor, we wouldn't have met Billy. Then, you guys ever heard of this thing called Naranon? Trevor asked as he busted into the garage. Lars didn't look up, fiddling with a new chord he'd been working on. No, what's that? I asked Trev as I tossed him a beer. You know how our fucked up parents won't go to meetings to get straight? Well, there's an entire community who deals with the same shit. There's a meeting tonight. I think we should go. I cracked open the beer and took a sip. We have our own Naranon meeting every night right here. Not really. We never talk about the shit we go through. We sit and listen to music or fiddle with these busted instruments.
How'd you even hear about this?
Lars asked. My friend Billy. We were studying in the library and I saw a pamphlet. I asked her what it was about. You know what's wild? She had no problem talking about her mother's pill addiction. No shame, no anger, nothing. It was as if she'd been dealt a shitty hand and just accepted it. Made me think about how much I hate my dad. How when he comes home in the early hours of the morning, barely able to walk with the stench of booze on his breath, I wish he'd die so I wouldn't have to see him again. Billy loves her mom. Went on about how it's a disease. She compared it to cancer. Can you believe that? I barked a laugh, wondering how delusional this girl was. Don't know about having cancer, but my parents sure as fuck are a cancer.
Chapter 2. Billy. Now. As mentioned earlier, Ms. Richmond, the guys don't answer personal questions, nothing about their past or present. Kay Cavendish, Gutless Void's manager, repeats for the 10th time, as if I'm a small child who needs repetition to understand. I've got it. The questions will be strictly about the music. Kay nods. Good. That's how I got the guys to agree. Satan, especially. He told me the first time you ask anything personal, he'll walk out, and that will be the end. So this is very important. We walk backstage where all the roadies are setting up for practice. My stomach flips. Gutless Void is the only band that gives me the same high I had in my late teens, sitting in an old decrepit shack, listening to 2 18-year-old boys play. You a fan? Kay asks. I nod. You could say that. Kay smiles as if she's discovered the mystery of the universe. She's probably thinking I'm some bimbo who will write whatever she wants, as long as the guys throw me a compliment or two. She doesn't know I got where I am because I ask hard-hitting questions and keep it professional. Kay may be a woman, but she's working for the man. And the man always assumes we'll buckle at the knees at a few superficial compliments. The guys will be out in a few minutes for a short set. They like to check the mics and the correct placement of the instruments. Nothing's gone wrong in years, but they like the hands-on method. They want the fans to get the show they paid for. No one in the music industry cares about their fans like these boys do. Kay is buttering me up, putting the guys on a pedestal. I already know how much they care about their fans. I know they give back to the community. I've seen all the local stories about how they feed the homeless at soup kitchens, work at food banks, and give generous contributions to small grassroots charities. None of this is unusual for celebrities. Charities bring about tax write-offs, publicity, and help clean up unacceptable behavior, but not Gutless Void. These guys do their good deeds on the down low. The only way anyone knows they do any of it is from random cell phone pictures posted here and there on social media. I'm lost at the appearance of the stage. Instruments light up with various spotlights. I shut down the world around me. A spiritual energy floats on the empty stage. A world of possibilities. A hushed paradise creating a surge of passion that heals and rejuvenates. I startle as someone bumps my shoulder, and a deep, familiar voice says in my ear,
"Excuse me."
I move aside, and Satan from Gutless Void brushes against my body. I've had many rock stars touch me over the years, some innocent and others with lewd propositions. But this is the first time my body feels like it will ignite. The band is a lure. 4 ripped guys wearing gas masks, tight black pants, and long coats. Their antics on stage also raise the blood pressure of women all around the world with their gyrating movements that mimic all kinds of sexual activities. The visual is so believable that many swear they're having sex on stage. The beat of the drums rings out in the amphitheater like a thunderous roar from the skies and fades into something similar to summer rain. The band's drummer, Blaze, is one of the best in the business. It's rare for a drummer to create a roller coaster of emotions in less than 10 minutes, but Blaze does that, and then some. The other 2 members are also brilliant. Mayhem, the keyboardist, the Mozart of rock and roll. The man blends electronic, jazz, and classical into a new fusion that's never been done before. Then there's Stryker, the lead guitarist. That man's fingers move on the strings like he's chasing the devil through hell. The 4 of them are pure magic, something many record executives try to manufacture but can't. Recreating a sound as raw and uninhibited as Gutless Void is like searching for a nugget of gold in a rushing river. It springs from pain and passion. You can't repeat something so primal with a manager and random musicians. The band merges into a musical symphony that bends convention. "You're a fan, aren't you?" Kay asks, pulling me from the hypnosis of their music. "Oh, yeah. I still remember the first time I heard Grave of the Undead. It was like those lyrics were embedded in my soul. I'm not sure what it is about the band, but they've always spoken to me. Well, except for the album Rich Poor Man, I've always been a bigger fan of Satan's and Blaze's lyrics than Gunnar Shaw's. An opinion many don't share, but the band's lyrics are much more visceral without Shaw." Kay chuckles, as if she's in on a secret I'm not privy to. "You're a real one. You know, many compare Satan and Blaze to Lennon and McCartney. No offense to the Beatles, but they'll never compare to Gutless Void. Lennon and McCartney were brilliant, but I always assumed they were too scared to look within themselves. As well-crafted as their songs were, they lacked a level of pain. And you know what they say, the best songs are written from personal pain. Without it, there's a lack of invoked emotions." I turn away from Kay, and right there on stage, Blaze is bent over, foot tapping the bass as his right hand keeps perfect rhythm on the snare while Satan is fucking him. Are they doing what I think they're doing?" Kay grabs my shoulder and tries to pull me from the stage. "We'll meet the guys in the green room. But there's no way I'm missing out on this show." I dig in my heels and force Kay to push me away. "The show's just getting good." Remember, the guys have the final say on the interview, and that part cannot be in your article. Kay sounds exasperated. I'm not surprised. Must be a handful dealing with these guys. 2 hours in the green room, and not one of the band members has shown up. I stay where I am as the opening band plays, catching up on emails, but as soon as their set ends, I head to the side of the stage in time to catch Satan strapping on his guitar. He turns his head and nods toward me. His eyes are intense and eerily familiar. Golden honey like the beam of a lighthouse bringing a sailor safely to shore. He clears his throat and the crowd goes wild. They chant his name until it echoes through the amphitheater. Looking directly at me, he says,
"Remember when you took the pain away, Billy Goat Gruff?"
He strums the same old beat-up Fender guitar from a time when he only had 3 adoring fans, burning me with the lyrics of Disarm by the Smashing Pumpkins. My throat dries up, and tears I haven't cried in 8 years spring from my eyes. Lars.
Chapter 3. Lars. Now. Kane throws his arms around me as we rush from the stage. The audience still chants our names, clamoring for more.
"Way to go outing us all,"
Kane whispers in my ear. "She can't out us. She has an ironclad contract." I shout over the roar of the crowd as we leave the stage area. The chatter dies as we open the door to the green room. We haven't even taken one step inside before the PAs and roadies scurry like rats exposed to light. The only 2 people who don't budge are Kay and Billy. Kay glares at me. I'm pretty sure she thinks if she concentrates hard enough, she'll light me on fire until I disintegrate. Billy stares at a spot on the floor, refusing to look up. What I did tonight was fucked up. I was shocked that Kane let me fuck him on stage. Usually we pretend to bang, but something came over me, knowing Billy was there. He said nothing and took it like a champ, but I know I'll be paying for it later. Kane doesn't like surprises, but it was worth it to make Billy nervous and unsteady. Get out, Kay, I say without taking my eyes off Billy. Kay places her hands on her hips.
I'm exactly where I should be. You two were out of hand tonight.
Let me say it another way, I growl. Get the fuck out, Kay, or you're fired. Kay huffs before she storms from the room, leaving Kane and me alone with little Billy Richmond. I grab a bottle of whiskey. Long time no see, Billy Goat Gruff, I whisper. Billy's palms press flat against her thighs as she smooths her skirt. Gotta give it to her. She presents a calm exterior. The notion that she could have put the past behind her and moved on irritates me. I've dreamed about her since that night at the docks, and learning it isn't the same for her sparks anger in my heart. Her hands tremble, giving me hope that we still affect her, but then she looks up and smiles.
Will it be Blaze and you, or will the other guys join us? I was hoping to ask Mayhem about the infusion of classical music into his sound. I've never heard a keyboard player as talented as him.
She gazes down at her notebook.
He must have had some extensive training.
I swallow all the years of anger and allow her to keep talking about the flawless skills of Marley Banks on the keys. I wonder how long she can keep going without acknowledging what's right in front of her. Stryker and Mayhem are on the tour bus, I say, as I open the green room door. Turning, I catch her eyes, still as beautiful as ever. You coming? Billy says nothing as we walk backstage and out of the amphitheater. She wraps her arms around herself and rubs the fabric of her long sweater. Shrugging off my long black trench coat, I drape it over her shoulders.
Please, you need this more than I do.
Billy whispers, as her eyes hungrily take in my bare chest and arms. I raise the bottle of liquor and wave it at her. Keeps me warm. Music blares from the bus. I'll bet my career that Marley and Iggy have a harem of half-naked groupies begging for their attention. Iggy's probably balls deep in one of them. That's his thing. No relationships, but always down for fucking. The only people I've ever seen him care about are Marley and Kay, who occasionally fuck groupies with them. Something is going on with those three. But as long as it doesn't fuck with my business, I don't give a shit. Go on up, Ms. Richmond. I gesture to the stairs. Billy looks at me nervously before taking the first steps. How did you like our Smashing Pumpkins cover? If I recall, it was your favorite. Billy stops in her tracks. The half-naked girls don't faze her as they gyrate around Marley while he fucks one of them. She glares at me like I'm a ghost she thought she'd buried. So that's her plan, to pretend we never happened. Part of me can't blame her. I'm the one who told her to walk away, but it didn't mean I didn't want her to hurt.
Can you take off the mask?
My hand moves to the black balaclava covering my face. We always wear them after the show. The gas masks get a little annoying after a set. Most days I want to kick Kane's ass for suggesting those things. At least the balaclava is breathable. Never comes off, baby. I step up to her and relish how her breathing speeds up. I grip the top of her prim and proper good girl sweater. If I recall correctly, Billy Goat, you liked anything dangerous. She swallows and licks her lips. Her eyes lock with mine, a trembling deer trapped in the headlights. She drops her gaze when I hold her stare.
That girl is long gone.
I smirk as I trap her against a wall. Nah, baby. No way that girl is dead and gone. She's just hiding. She stares past me at Marley and Iggy.
Looks like now isn't a good time to ask some questions.
I turn to witness them tag-teaming a groupie while two others rim their asses. It's not like you haven't done any of that yourself, Billy. Billy's face turns bright red, but she stands firmly in place.
It's getting late. I'll see you all at the hotel in the morning.
She clutches her purse and storms from the bus. I move to the window, pull the curtain back, and gaze at her retreating form.
She's still got the hottest ass I've ever seen,
Kane whispers in my ear. Don't I know it? No woman compares to Billy Richmond. That girl got hold of my heart 10 years ago, and never let up. She's like a damn sorceress who put a spell on me. No matter what I achieve, a part of me is right back there with her. The pathetic boy who longed for a girl he had no right to still lives in my heart, an open wound that grows and festers. Kane flips me away from the window in Billy Richmond. He doesn't say anything. He grabs my arm and pulls me to the back bedroom, slamming and locking the door with an audible click. I grip the hem of my shirt and pull it over my head. My disturbing skin is on display to the only person I trust with my scars, the other half of my mangled heart. Kane's gaze drinks me in. A silent secret flows between us like an invisible tether connecting us. If it weren't for Kane, my life would have veered off the rails a long time ago. I would have ended up dead, a junkie with a needle sticking out of my arm. Kane and I raised each other, loved each other, and created everything we have. Together.
You want me to get one of those girls? The brunette sitting at the front has the same hair. She's a little skinny, but there's only one Billy Richmond.
I shake my head. Kane and I haven't fucked another woman since Billy. We came close with women who resembled her. Those with similar features and body type, even those who sounded like her. But an imitation was never as good as the real thing. None of them were good enough. They all lacked something because they weren't her. We could never bring ourselves to share another girl, so we satisfied ourselves with each other and dreamed of Billy. Just us, I finally reply. Kane steps toward me, and his hand circles my neck. I close my eyes at the sensation. Numbness falls over me, and the taunting voices in my head quiet. My past and present melt away, and I don't think about the future. All that matters is Kane, and the sheer force of my desire for him. He pulls me to him by my neck.
You fucked up tonight, Lars. You went up there and did whatever the fuck you wanted and didn't think about how it would affect me.
He's right. I didn't pause for a second to contemplate the ripple effect my minor revelation would have on him or anyone else in the band. At that moment, I only thought about Billy. I wanted to hurt her. I wanted to kiss her brutally until her lips were battered and bruised, leave my mark on her, the way she left hers on my heart. I try to speak, but Kane's grip on my throat makes it impossible to utter a word. I gaze at his blue irises, darker now than they were earlier. It happens when he's angry or horny. Right now, he's probably both. I know he was affected by Billy as much as I was, but unlike me, Kane can compartmentalize. He can put Billy in one section of his brain while focusing on the others. I'm not built like that. My emotions all blend, vibrant colors mixing continuously until they become a muddy brown. That's why I'm a mess in every single way. Kane steps closer, pushing me until my back hits the wall and covering me with his body like a blanket.
You've always been impulsive, Lars, making rash choices, not taking a moment to process your emotions.
He uses his hold on my neck to push me down until I'm on my knees in front of him. His other hand works at his buckle before swiftly removing it from the loops of his black jeans.
You know what to do.
I unsnap the button of his denims and lower the zipper before pulling his pants to his ankles. Kane's large, hard cock bounces in front of my face. His grip on my throat remains while he tugs my head back with his other hand until I'm gazing up at him.
I'm going to choke you for what you did today, Lars. Make you my little bitch until you beg me to stop. But I won't stop.
My throbbing cock tells me I want every second of the humiliation Kane will provide. In life, I'm the leader, the one who calls all the shots, the boss. But it weighs on me until I think I'll drown from the pressure. The only time I'm free, when life is easy, is when I'm serving Kane. It doesn't mean he won't let me top. He does. I fucked him tonight, right on stage. It was with a condom, so not the same, but cleaning up during a performance is a pain in the fucking ass. Kane lets me take control on certain occasions, but the brunt of our dynamic is this. Kane is the master, and I'm nothing more than his servant.
Chapter 4. Kane. Now. I still remember the first time Lars came to heal. The rush it gave me to have a guy so strong and authoritative bend to my will. I'd never had that before. My entire existence involved being used as a punching bag. Not physically, but mentally and emotionally. I was too big for anyone to risk hitting me. 6'8" at the ripe old age of 16 was intimidating. Then, Lars lived down the road from me. His mother was one of my father's many victims. She came by our house to pick up whatever toxin my father was selling. She stood shaking by the kitchen door while her fingers scratched deeply into her flesh, adding to the scars protruding along her arms. At moments like this, I was relieved my mother injected between her toes and only did enough smack to keep herself level. She would have gone over the ledge, but my father caught her chasing the dragon a few years ago and beat her so badly it set her straight. Sort of. She moved from heating and inhaling heroin to shooting it between her toes. Less messy and a hell of a lot more undetectable. So you could say that Lars and I already had something in common. Two junkie mothers. One Saturday, Juliana Morgan, Lars's mother, had been in such a rush to get high that she hadn't even told Lars where she was.
"You seen my mom?"
he asked. His voice startled me. I was lost in the music, tinkering with my grandfather's busted-up guitar. I loved music and had no issues creating rhythm, even with rocks and sticks. But the guitar was a different beast. The sounds I pulled from the instrument were offensive to my ears.
"You mind?"
Lars asked. He held out his hand and I gave him the guitar. He hoisted the instrument to his chest and strummed. My heart jumped as I gazed at his fingers gliding effortlessly along the neck as he plucked the strings, making life-altering sounds. "Where did you learn to play?" I asked.
"My dad had one. When he died, I picked it up and messed around. I heard melodies in my head and used the guitar to get it all out."
"Maybe you can bring your guitar over sometime and we can mess around." Lars's face fell, and he quickly shoved my guitar in my face.
"Can't. My mom sold it a few years ago to buy crack."
I couldn't look at him. I had issues talking to the kids of the junkies who came by. It was hard being civil to people when you knew your father was the reason their lives had gone up in smoke. My gaze flickered between the guitar and Lars before I shoved the instrument back at him. "Take this one. The axe isn't my thing anyway." Lars shook his head.
"No. My mom would pawn it. She pawns anything if she can get a few bucks for it."
"You can keep it here. My mom's too scared to touch any of our things. My dad would kill her." I shoved aside to make a place for Lars to sit.
"Your dad doesn't touch this stuff, huh?"
Lars asked as he sat beside me on the cement steps. "No, my mom used to be clean too, but curiosity got the best of her." I shrugged. "Guess one good thing came out of her being a junkie. I stay the fuck away from it."
"I feel that. So, you play any instruments?"
"Yes, the drums."
"We should jam sometime. I've got a friend, Trevor. He's a talented keyboard player. His dad's fucked up. We should call the band Junkie Prodigy."
I gazed at him and smiled. Something about Lars drew me to him. He had a way about him that made me comfortable. It was foreign to me. Everyone in town knew who I was, the giant kid whose father supplied everyone with a poison to snort, inject, or smoke. They made up their minds about me without even speaking to me. I'd spent my whole life hiding in the shadows, avoiding other people. None of them understood me, and I didn't care to put myself out there to get ridiculed. But here was Lars giving me an olive branch, and I couldn't help taking it. "Want to meet here on Wednesday?" I asked. "I've got a shed out back. No one goes there." Now, I've had many people suck my cock over the years, and hands down Lars Morgan is the best. He doesn't suck my dick, he worships it. Lars isn't interested in reaching the destination as quickly as possible. For him, it's all about the ride. The lash of his tongue is the trees sweeping by on an open highway. The gentle nudge of his teeth is the wind blowing across your face on the back of a motorcycle, teasing excitement and fear. Yes, Lars's mouth is a fucking exclusive rock club that has all the patrons clamoring to get inside. I hold his head, relishing his gagging sounds. Remember the first time I did this and you puked? You've come a long way since then, haven't you, my pathetic fuckboy? You'll do anything to choke on your master's cock. It was Lars's idea to call me master. We were fucking one night and he screamed that he was a toy for his master to use. I never thought I was into it, but I quickly grasped how hot I found it as I came deep in his ass. I hold the back of his head with one hand and trace the intricate tattoos on his right shoulder, covering the violent burn marks along his flesh with the other. Reminders of the past he tried and failed to conceal. My beautiful boy, I whispered, not wanting him to hear. Lars lets me touch and kiss his scars, but he never talks about how he received them. Wounds forged in battle that the soldier wants to forget. I tug on his hair, yanking his head back. His soulful amber eyes meet mine, begging me to provide what he needs. Sometimes the sex is about the love we share, but at times like this, it's about me putting Lars in his place. Lars has mentioned on more than one occasion that my dominating him has kept him away from drugs. I'm not sure how that's true, but after a session, he's more level and has control of his emotions. Lars moans on my dick as my palm lands on his cheek, slapping him across the face. Keep sucking, fuckboy. Show Daddy what a whore you are for his cum. Lars brings his fingers to my face. I bend to suck them, layering them thick with saliva. He clutches my ass and hollows his cheeks, sucking me like a damn Hoover. He parts my ass and presses the tip of his index finger to my asshole, seductively teasing me before he plunges inside. That's it, fuckhole, right there, I groan. You're such a good boy. You want your reward, don't you? Lars doesn't answer. Instead, he bobs his head, forcing my cock to hit the back of his throat. He wants me to come in his mouth, but he needs me not to give him what he wants. Pulling his hair, I lift him from my dick and shove him on the ground. Lars goes to get up, but I shove my foot against his chest, holding him down. Bending, I grip his throat so tight that he gasps for air. I don't let up. I use more force until his skin turns red. Next time you act up, I'll suffocate you until you pass out. Don't let your emotions run amok. I call the shots, fuckboy, not you. Removing my foot, I lift him by his throat and toss him on the bed. The bed creaks as I climb on, caging Lars between my knees. You think I'm going to let you get off with a measly little blowjob? I caress his face tenderly, my version of the calm before the storm. Oh no, baby boy. I'm going to tear into that ass, show you what happens to little bitches when they talk out of turn. Lars unbuckles his pants and pulls them down. I hold back a chuckle. He knows he's in for it and craves the punishment. It levels him. Lars has derailed and needs me to set him back on the tracks. To make him believe he has control. After 12 years, I know this man's body as well as mine. Ticks, tells, and burning desires. I open the cupboard over the bed. Finding places on a bus to store lube is tricky, but we manage. Lars glances at the bottle and tries to roll over, but I grip his sides with my thighs. Nah, tonight you're gonna look at me while I pound into your ass. You're going to learn that you're a little bitch and I'm the master. I'm going to put you in your place, baby boy. I move off the bed and hand Lars the lube. He takes the bottle and tilts his head. Up to you, baby boy. You can grease up that fuckhole or scream from the burning pain when I go in with only my spit. Lars groans at the language I hurl at him. His cock is rock hard as he lifts his legs over his head and pops open the lid. He squirts the lube down his ass crack and circles 2 fingers around his puckered asshole, working the liquid in. I stroke my cock as the anticipation of being buried balls deep in his ass creeps along my spine, building with need. Clean off those filthy fingers, fuckboy. Show your daddy what a dirty whore you are. Lars growls, but he's not on the verge of breaking. Not yet. He parts his lips and sucks the 2 fingers deep. I grip his ankles, lift his legs higher, and line my cock up with his ass. Without warning, I glide in with one thrust.
Fuck.
I flip up his mask, needing to see all of him. Don't hide from me, fuckboy. He enjoys fucking in the masks. Under that veil, he isn't Lars Morgan, a kid from the wrong side of the tracks with a junkie mom. Behind the mask, he's Satan, the lead singer of Gutless Void, the top-selling alternative rock band in the world. When he wears the mask, he's the boss. But in the darkness with me, he's Lars with all the vulnerabilities. That's it, baby boy. Tell me how good it is to be my pathetic hole to fuck. Lars opens his mouth to speak, and I spit directly into it. You'd think it would make him mad, but Lars simply closes his mouth, relishing my spit. His hand moves to his dick, and he slowly strokes himself. I laugh, lean in, and whisper in the shell of his ear. Such a dirty boy. No matter what you do, how much money and fame you achieve, all you'll ever want is to be my pathetic fuckboy. I bet you dream about me fucking your worthless ass, don't you?
Yes.
I grip his throat, constricting his breath. Lars enjoys the sensation of suffocation. The first time we found out was by accident. I freaked out, but he told me he'd never come so hard and that he wanted to try again. I thought he was crazy. I was shaken that I could have caused actual harm. But I wanted him to have what he needed. So I read everything I could about breathplay to ensure we were both safe. I became a professional strangler for Lars. I watch his skin morph from red to blue, suffocating him as my cock mercilessly pounds into his ass. I lift his head off the bed. Look at your dirty ass getting fucked. This is who you are, not some rock god. All you are and all you'll ever be is my fuckhole, a receptacle for my cum. Lars's hand quickens along his dick, and he shakes with every vile word I utter, the degradation fuel to run his engine. Next time we go on stage, I want your face covered in cum underneath that mask. You'll be sniffing it while you sing your little heart out. Lars moans as his body stiffens. He releases, shooting himself in the face. I grip his hands as he wipes off the semen and pin them by his head. No, you're gonna sleep with it on your face, wake up with it caked on your skin. I abandon Lars's throat, and he sucks in a breath. Don't forget, baby boy, I control it all, even every breath you take. I lick his lips, collecting the cum before probing his mouth with my tongue. Lars opens for me, kissing me back, swapping his cum back and forth. I pull back and spit into his mouth. Swallow, baby boy. Lars does as he's told, pushing me off the ledge into paradise. I pull out and move to the bed, using his face as target practice, covering it with cum. I wrap my arms around him and kiss the top of his head. Feel better?
Yes, man. Thanks.
He whispers as he attempts to get off the bed. What are you doing?
I'm going to get all this jizz off my face.
I grab him by the waist and pull him toward me. I wasn't kidding. You're sleeping with that on your face. Maybe you'll think twice before putting my business on blast next time. Lars nods and drops back to my side as the orgy outside the door lulls us to sleep.
Chapter 5. Billy. Now. The last time I slept so badly was when Lars and Kane ended things, leaving me devastated. My heart was broken, and I was convinced my life had ended for a while. I desperately tried to forget them, and some of my choices afterward weren't the best, like the mile-long list of despicable men I went through. I never expected I'd see them again, assumed they were a painful memory I'd put behind me. But in truth, all I did was put a Band-Aid over a wound that needed stitches. I fantasized about seeing them again and making them suffer, having them on their knees, regretting throwing me away like trash. But fantasies are nothing like reality. I deluded myself that I was over them, that they didn't matter. Apparently I'm an idiot, because the moment Lars revealed who they were, my entire world came barreling down around me. Suddenly, all my dreams of vengeance vanished, and I wanted to throw my arms around the only two men I ever loved. Today's a new day, and that pathetic girl from last night is long gone. I'm Billie Richmond, a music journalist, the girl who's interviewed legends like the Rolling Stones. She's traveled the world. This girl's had many relationships. She's grown into an amazingly strong person. She's no longer the scared 18-year-old with an angry, pill-popping mom. I take one last look in the mirror. Ripped black jeans, a Dead Kennedys t-shirt, and a long fawn cardigan that falls to my ankles. Kay told me to head to the presidential suite. I was hesitant to go into any suite that held Kane and Lars, but she mentioned all the guys would be there and she would also join us. My hands shake as I press the button to take me to the penthouse. The need to run is still aggressive as I tap my foot to an imaginary tune. It was much easier when Lars and Kane were nothing but a distant memory, locked away in a forgotten part of my mind. Now I can't deny their importance in my life, or the mark they left behind when we parted. The elevator doors fling open, and my heart beats erratically. It's like a noose is circling my throat. At any moment, it could tighten and snap my neck. The sense of doom hovering over me grows with every step toward the large doors at the end of the hall. But I can't run. The days of running away from pain are long behind me. I'm a fighter now, and there's no way I'm letting anyone scare me off. The frigid metal from the door handle is a reminder of the tundra I'm about to walk into. "There you are, Miss Richmond." Kay rushes toward me. "The guys are a little rough today. Stryker and Mayhem overdid it last night." I peek over her shoulder at Kane, who has his feet on the coffee table while he puffs at a joint. Then I see Lars as he picks his way around a large table overflowing with food. My heart surges to see him eating, something he rarely did growing up. His mother was too busy using their grocery money to feed her habit instead of her starving son. I remember the first time he talked to me, Trevor's moody friend who looked like he'd been dragged to the Naranon meetings. Then, "Mary makes a mean lasagna," I whispered to Trevor's friend. I usually paid close attention to what everyone said at the meeting, but I was distracted by this guy's cat-like honey eyes tonight. I'd never seen eyes like it. They were almost supernatural. He was paying attention to every word of those who spoke today. It reminded me of the first time I'd come here. After 2 years of living with my personal nightmare, I stopped feeling so alone.
Yeah, it tastes good. If Mary always brings this to the meetings, y'all see me here every damn week.
You think this is good? Wait until you taste her roast chicken. I lifted my fingers to my lips and kissed them. Chef's kiss. He smiled at me, but it didn't reach his eyes. A smile with a side of sorrow.
My mom made a mean roasted chicken before.
He shrugged.
You know.
I nodded. My mom never made roasted chicken or anything, but she used to be here.
Yes. I'd give anything to have my mother back. I'm not even sure who this lady is that I live with. She's out of it or going somewhere to get something to be out of it.
How'd she get hooked? I asked, and instantly regretted it. Sorry, I shouldn't have asked that.
It's okay. My dad and her got into a car accident 6 years ago. He died, and she had some complications. The doctors gave her some pain meds, and that was the beginning of the end. To be honest, I'm not sure why I'm even here. My mom's gonna die, and then it'll all be over.
The way he spoke about his mother's eventual death took me aback. It broke my heart how cavalier he'd seemed about it. Sure, he wasn't a kid anymore. I assumed he was 18, like Trev and me. But it was still his mom. I couldn't help thinking how bad off his mom must be for him to assume she was near the end. I hoped when her time came, it wouldn't be him who found her body.
"Why don't you pack some of the grub and we'll head to the shack?"
Kane, Trevor's other friend, said as he smacked Lars's back.
"Trev is up for a jam session."
Lars had the smoldering, tortured artist appeal. But Kane had that, "I'm so huge that you'll look like a little mouse standing beside me" appeal. I was 5'7", and the guy was so huge that I only came to his armpit. The expression, "climb him like a monkey," described guys like Kane.
"You want to come along, Billy?"
Trevor asked with the sweetest smile. I liked Trevor. A smart kid with an enormous heart. Trevor was always kind to everyone, no matter who. He was a pure soul. Of the three of them, it was Trevor who looked like he didn't belong. He was a genuinely sweet soul who everyone wanted to be around. Trevor was the light, even though he was surrounded by darkness.
You can come,
Kane said.
You play an instrument, Billy?
Lars asked. I smiled. I played piano a bit as a kid, but I'm not very good, I'm afraid. But I love music.
Oh yeah? What's your favorite band?
Kane asked, biting into a carrot stick. I crossed my arms, a little irritated that I was being quizzed. Nirvana? Kane nodded.
Respect. You can roll with us.
Now.
Billy go gruff.
Lars shouts, arms raised as he tries to balance his giant plate of food.
Did you have a good night?
I shake my head to banish the past and step toward him. I did, thank you. Lars peeks over my shoulder toward Kay.
Take the day off. We've got this.
Kay looks frustrated as she places her hands on her hips. If you think I'm leaving you alone with a reporter after the stunts you pulled yesterday, you're sorely mistaken.
Take a hike, Kay.
Kane chips in.
We've got this.
When all this blows up in your face, don't come crying to me. Kay huffs as she storms out the door.
Alone at last,
Kane says, puffing on his joint before passing it to me. I shake my head, turning down his offer.
Suit yourself, but I figured it might check off that tight-ass act you've got going for yourself. Aren't you supposed to be a rock reporter? What's up with those old lady sweaters? It's like you're trying to channel your upper-class pedigree or something. It's kind of funny since we all know how much you like to slum it. Chapter 6. Kane. Now. Mess her up. All I can think about is ruffling Billy's feathers. I want her sweating and nervous. It irritates me that she seems so put together, as if everything that happened between us didn't affect her. She tugs her granny gear around her body, a way of shielding herself, I suppose. But I like what she's wearing underneath. It's the old Billy, a mix of grunge and conservative housewife. I like your shirt, I say as I make rings of O's. It's a hell of a lot sexier than that beige. I always liked you in black, Tinkerbell. You should peel off the extra layer of bullshit. She looks good in her old lady sweater. A little too good for my liking. She's wearing it to hide the curves of her body. Curves that had me on my knees 10 years ago. If I'm honest, she'd still have me begging now. Billy Richmond is still the prettiest girl I've ever seen. Not pretty in the conventional sense, but I think she's drop-dead gorgeous. She's smart, funny, and has a big fucking heart. A fucking 10, and I let her walk away. Something I've regretted every day for the last 10 years. I want to kick myself for being an asshole to her, but she also took whatever bullshit Lars threw at her. She laid down and played dead. So did you. The small voice in the back of my mind taunts me. Yes, well, at least I stayed. Sure, I could have fought him on the decision, but I just lost someone I loved to the Grim Reaper, and the thought of losing another petrified me. It ate me up for years that I allowed her to walk away that night. I understand I'm not innocent in all this, but none of us is guilty. What happened to Trevor wasn't our fault. Could we have stopped it? Maybe. Trev had a fucking trunkload of issues. Some I didn't know about until it was too late. I never believed we were the reason he died, but the guilt of not being there for him eats at me daily. Then again, he never gave me the option to help him. I push back my reverie and gaze at Billy. She doesn't say a word, but she's frazzled. She never had much of a poker face. I track her with my eyes as she walks to the copious amounts of liquor and shuffles through the bottles before picking one. I raise an eyebrow as she fills a glass with vodka and adds a dash of juice. Not sure why she bothered. It's such a small amount of orange liquid that it doesn't even change the color of the clear alcohol. She heads toward one of the wingback chairs, placing the drink on the coffee table before she sits.
Okay, I thought we'd start with your musical influences today.
Is she really going to sit here and treat us like a damn job? Musical influences? That's not a fucking question you ask someone who used to fuck you into oblivion after not seeing them for almost a decade. That's a question for a stranger. My mask irritates my face, and like a vine appears to be spreading to my scalp, something that hasn't happened in the 8 fucking years I've worn it. Is that all you want to ask, Billy?
Musical influences are important to the reader. So many have compared your music to influential bands. People would be interested to learn if any of them are bands you respect and enjoy.
She's talking to me like I'm a stranger. Another job where she needs to cross her T's and dot her I's. I slowly rise from the chair and step toward her. Billy gazes up from her notes, her full bottom lip gripped between her teeth. I bend, getting right in her face. Cut the bullshit, Tinkerbell. Billy leans back.
Pardon?
We aren't some random rock band. Not to you. I snap. She tilts her head, staring at me like I'm nothing and no one.
Would you like to continue this interview at another time?
She's acting like we don't matter to her, which has my head spinning. Regret and desire circle my veins like venom with the soul's desire for destruction. I lean into her, caging her on the spot. You need a reminder of who you are, Tinkerbell. Seems like you're suffering from amnesia. Billy licks her lips.
I'm well aware of who you are, Kane. I did what you told me to do. I walked away and pretended I didn't know you. Now please, sit down so I can complete this assignment.
I grab her nape and pull her close, my mouth at the shell of her ear. The scent of her invades my mind, infecting my nerve endings and taking me back to the last time I had her beneath me. Seconds tick by, but it seems like an eternity. All my bravado slips away, and my nerves take hold. Billy fucking Richmond. The girl of my dreams, the untouchable memory right here in front of me. I fill my lungs with the same air she breathes, a high all its own. You can lie to yourself all you want, Tinkerbell, but you'll never be able to lie to me. We will never be just another assignment to you. I glide my fingers through her long tresses, gripping them and yanking her head back. We stare at each other, pain, misery, longing, and lust dueling to see who'll become the victor. A single tear rolls down her soft, round face.
What do you want from me, Kane?
I don't respond with words. Instead, I brush her lips with mine, holding us frozen in the moment before I crush my mouth to hers. She tastes the same, like gummy bears and sunshine. I never grasped how someone could taste like a summer day, but Billy did. She holds her mouth still at first, lips firm in a straight line, refusing to kiss me back. But then her body relaxes, and she sighs, allowing me access. Our tongues dance, unleashing pent-up passion, anger, and desperation. I knew kissing her would be like fire, slowly rising until it swallowed me whole. But I never expected that the inferno she created would also be a siren song calling me home. I pull away from her, breath heavy, gazing into her moss-green eyes, the urge to fight and run battling within me. I'll never understand how this woman still has a hold on me. You, I whisper against her lips.
What?
Her face is flushed, and her breathing speeds up. I push away from her, needing the space to clear my head. You asked me what I want from you.
I've gotta go.
She rushes past me, ducking under my arms as she stumbles toward the door, but she stops abruptly when she sees Lars. He smirks.
Where do you think you're off to, Billy Goat Gruff?
Can you stop calling me that? Get out of my way. You can't keep me here against my will.
Lars laughs.
Billy, cut the crap. If you wanted to leave here, you would. You would have called your editor as soon as you realized who we were and been on a plane back to Los Angeles.
He pushes off the doorframe and walks toward her.
You aren't here for some stupid interview. You're here for us.
Billy crosses her arms and glares at Lars.
You're so full of yourself.
I'd rather you be full of me,
he says, stepping toward her. Billy retreats until her back is flush against my chest, and Lars is pressed to her front.
Admit it, Billy. This is where you want to be. Between us.
So what? I enjoyed fucking you both. What's that gonna do? We'll fuck and go our separate ways? What's that gonna accomplish? We still have a fucking tidal wave of issues. All that shit from the past is still there.
I trail my fingers up her cardigan-covered arm until I reach the collar, sliding it from her shoulders and letting the fabric pool at our feet. Look at you, Tinkerbell, all grown up with a filthy mouth. When did my good girl turn bad? Her head falls back on my chest as I trail kisses along her neck.
When you threw me out like trash. Chapter 7. Billy. Now. Kane's gentle kisses are like lightning strikes against my flesh.
No one threw you out, Tinkerbell. You throw out trash, not diamonds.
My whole life I wondered how my mother kept going back to drugs when they had taken so much from her. But now I understand. Because, like my mother, I have an addiction. It's not pills or heroin. No. It's these two men. No matter how much I tried to kick my habit, it dragged me back into its murky depths. Kane's hands on my t-shirt are the equivalent of a junkie being in the same room with her poison of choice. Temptation offering me a warm welcome. A prelude to delude me into believing that one hit won't hurt. Arousal kicks in as Lars unbuttons my jeans and pulls them down my legs. I gaze down as he gently removes my shoes before pulling my jeans over my feet. I stand naked from the waist down, with two wolves I'd gladly let devour me whole. Lars clears his throat, his voice hoarse.
Food was always an issue for me growing up. Scraps I had to scrounge here or there. Eventually I got older, and money rolled my way. I started eating Kobe beef, caviar, and all the other things I couldn't pronounce in a world reserved for the rich, not the offspring of a strung-out strawberry, but of all the flavors I savored on my tongue. Yours was my favorite.
I yelp as Lars grips my legs and places them over his shoulders, while Kane lifts me under my arms. There's no thought other than his tongue on me. Nothing else I crave more. My eyes shut as I float from the sensation of his fingers invading me. At first, it's gentle sweeps of his tongue, one finger thrusting into me with ease. My moans accelerate, and he adds two more fingers, filling me. Lars, I whisper as my hips thrust toward his mouth. Please. Kane nips my earlobe, the fabric of his mask teasing my skin.
I enjoy hearing you beg, Tinkerbell. Remember when I had you on your knees, tongue out ready to gag on my cock? You look so pretty like this, open, dirty, and real. You can wear that good girl shell for the world, but we'll always know what you are. Tell him what you want, Tinkerbell.
Keep going, please. Kane laughs as he pulls me off Lars and tosses me on the sofa. That's the thing about Kane. His large stature and demanding nature in the bedroom make him unmatched by any dominant I've been with. Most of them played a game, an act they put on to appear bigger, badder, and alpha. But they were little boys desperate to play grown-up games. Once they were alone with me, they were too scared to deliver on the various promises they made.
Take it all off.
Without hesitation, I grip the hem of my t-shirt, whip it over my head, and toss it on the floor.
All of it, Tinkerbell.
Kane says, eyeing my bra.
I've dreamt about those big tits.
My hands shake, and my mouth salivates with pent-up desire. My gaze wanders to their dicks as I unclasp my bra. Lars steps forward, his palm rubbing his crotch.
You like what you see, Billy Goat?
I lick my lips and nod.
You want a taste, don't you?
I nod again, too dumbfounded to utter words. All I can think about is being between them again.
Bet all those men you fucked never compared.
Fuck no. They didn't know how to fuck me. I don't know what they're playing at, but this is torture. Kane rips off his belt and folds it in half.
Open your legs wide, Tinkerbell.
I want to resist his orders, tell him to go to hell. But my pussy is a fucking slut, and my legs open so she can expose herself. I'm so wet and horny that I'm pretty sure they could walk me down the hall, get me to knock on every hotel room, and expose myself to random strangers. A scream echoes from my throat as Kane smacks me directly on my clit without warning. The pain throbs and a sense of calm takes over. When we were younger, I went to Kane, begging him to spank me. I dropped my pants, splayed over his knee, and let him slap my ass until it was red and swollen. For days, it hurt so badly that it was impossible to sit without discomfort. As fucked up as it is, that he remembered I'm a little pain slut makes me feel precious.
Such a perfect little pain slut,
Kane says as he strikes me again, this time on the inside of my thigh.
You're the only girl who handles pain. Most cry at a little slap on their ass, but not you, Tinkerbell. I could make your body black and blue and you'd beg for more.
Lars climbs over me to straddle my throat. My lips part for him, allowing his dick to slip into my mouth. He grips my hair and I moan at the burning pain in my scalp. I gaze up and he smiles as he slaps me across the face so hard it will leave a mark. Fuck, I missed this. I'm not sure if other men are incompetent or I'm so comfortable around these two that I can let go easily. Lars and Kane can flip me around like a rag doll and I'll still open my mouth and ask for more. Lars pounds into my mouth over and over, cutting off my air supply. His rage is palatable with every thrust of his hips. He yanks my hair back and forth without gentleness, letting me know I'm about to be fucked like I don't matter.
Fuck, Billy. I've missed your dirty little mouth. It's made for sucking dick, baby.
Lars holds my head down, choking me. His dick twitches in my mouth, and the tip hits the back of my throat, forcing me to gag. Panic flares, and I worry about barfing on him. Lars did that before and got off on it, but Lars would let me take out all my frustrations on him afterward. I dig my long nails into his ass, puncturing his skin.
Fuck yes.
I look at Kane, now naked, his enormous dick in one hand and the belt in the other. He catches my eye and smiles before pulling the belt back and striking Lars's ass in my pussy.
You're going to be fucked hard, Tinkerbell, and it's going to be dirty.
My pussy is soaked at the mere thought of the things they'll do to me. They fucked me so thoroughly when we were 18. I can't imagine what 10 years have taught them, especially their years as rock stars. Kane winks at me before picking up his joint from the ashtray. He steps close and falls to his knees, inserting 3 fingers inside me and twisting them as he pushes up. Kane's the only man who's ever been able to make me squirt. It used to be his favorite thing. He'd drink it all in and bite my clit until my body came down from the high.
Still the sexiest cunt I've ever seen, Tinkerbell. Chapter 8. Kane. Now. So responsive. I murmur as I take a toke from my joint and remove my fingers from her soaked cunt. Billy's leg hooks around me, desperate for my tongue on her greedy cunt. I chuckle, bending to blow the smoke into her pussy before inhaling it back into my lungs. I allow her to squirm a little before I thrust 3 fingers into her pussy again and latch onto her clit with my teeth. Billy isn't like other girls. She never wanted me to make love to her or show her kindness. She wanted pain. Together we numbed our pain through sex and violence. Billy's hips buck as I finger fuck her, pressing on her G-spot. I hope she gushes like she used to. She used to drench my face and I loved it. I maintain the pressure as her legs shake. Her hips move with my hands as if she can't decide if she wants more or for it to end. I lick her clit, adding another layer of sensation before moving my hand, allowing her to drench me. Fuck. I lock my mouth on her cunt as she shoots on my face, letting her pour every drop directly into my mouth, filling it to the brim. I get up and yank Lars off her by his hair. Billy looks shocked, and Lars is pissed, but I don't care. She opens her mouth when I slap her with my cock, but instead of slipping my dick between her lips, I bend and spit her cum into her mouth. Gargle it. I want you to savor the flavor only I can get out of you. We're going to fuck you so hard tonight, stretch you wide and fuck every hole you have until you can't walk for days. 10 years, Billy. That's a long time to make up for. Lars kneels in front of me and takes my cock in his mouth. His gaze is fixed on Billy, legs spread, pussy on display and mouth open as she gurgles. That's it, Tinkerbell. Such a good girl, taking our directions so well. Don't swallow until you're told. My hand snakes around Lars's throat, guiding him on my cock as we gaze at our girl. Billy's hands roam around her body, one groping her tit while the other lands on her sexy cunt. Her fingers glide between her pussy and she hisses as they brush her clit. You missed those bites, didn't you? I growl. Billy answers by circling her finger vigorously over her clit. Fuck, she's more of a freak than she was 10 years ago. Back then when I bit her clit, it would be too sore for her to touch, and I bit her far harder today. But now she's so desperate for more that it has me coming in Lars's mouth like a fucking 12-year-old. Lars pulls off me and looks up. A small amount of cum trickles from his mouth and stains the black balaclava mask. I smile at him. Twist her nipples so hard she'll think they'll rip right off while you spit it all into her mouth. Billy visibly shivers as Lars stands and walks up to her. I can't help wondering if she's deprived herself of what she needs all these years. The way her body comes alive sure makes me think she has. Or maybe no one has been able to provide for her in the right way. Lars grips her nipples, pinching and tugging so hard that her torso lifts from the sofa. She slides 3 fingers into her pussy as her other hand works her clit, letting me know how much my girl is enjoying herself. Hold it in your mouth, Billy. Remember what happens when you don't. Lars pulls back and groans as we stare at our girl. She desperately tries to hold the fluid in her mouth, but some trickles from the side and drips onto her tits. My eyes meet Lars's. Clean it up. He bends to her nipples, taking one into his mouth. Billy screams and the gurgling amplifies. Lars lifts his head and passes the cum back into her mouth.
Welcome home, Billy Goat. Chapter 9. Lars. Now. As much as I enjoy Kane dominating me, I enjoy getting one over on Billy. There's a perverse joy in degrading her. The first time I found out she liked it was by accident. I was balls deep in her, and instead of telling her how she was the sun and the moon, I called her my good little slut. Billy didn't freak out or get mad. No, her pussy gripped my cock so hard that I thought she'd take it right off. Then, "You like that, Billy? You like being called a slut?" She silently nodded as she broke my flesh with her nails and dug her way down my back. I gripped her chin hard. "How far do you want me to go?" She panted, casting her eyes down for a moment before gazing directly into mine. There was no hesitation in her voice, no misunderstanding.
Much further.
Don't forget your safe word.
Where did you learn how to talk like this?
I've never done this shit before. I looked away from her, wanting to hide the humiliation deep within my heart. I just heard it somewhere.
From your mother?
I froze, not knowing what to do. Billy was a part of us, and we'd vowed never to keep secrets or lie. We promised our little found family would be free from the bullshit we lived with our biological one. Yes, the first time. But then I used it with Kane. Just make sure you use your word, okay? It protects you in case I go too far. I don't want to hurt you, not on purpose or by accident.
Hey.
Billy gripped my face, forcing me to look at her.
I trust you.
Now. My fingers twist in Billy's hair, and I pull her head back. Remember your word, Billy? She nods. I bend to kiss her, our tongues melding as we move the cum back and forth between us. A sick act, meant to humiliate, and also heal. I spent a lot of time wondering why I enjoyed what I did, but eventually concluded it didn't matter. What others deem as acceptable has nothing to do with me. For so long, I lived my life concerned about the judgment of others, and all it did was bring me grief. Now I do what feels good, and I don't give a rat's ass what anyone thinks. Give it all to me. I whisper as I lick her lips. Billy kisses me with a passion filled with longing and hatred, a cocktail containing rage and love, hope and regret. No one has ever kissed me like this. This is the type of kiss that poets write about. A tornado, ready to engulf you and the summer sun bathing you with warmth. She pulls away, her eyes soft, and for a moment, I'm no longer lonely. My lips part, and I tip my head back, allowing her easy access to spit in my mouth. But Billy doesn't stop there. She slaps me across the face and smiles. Oh, the little girl wants to play. I grip her throat and slam her on the sofa. Billy's eyes widen, and for a second, she seems scared. I'm not sure how I feel about the fear she reveals. A part of me finds it sexy. It sure as fuck makes my cock throb. But I don't want her to think I'll hurt her. It's a game. A fucked up game. But a game nonetheless. She knows what to do if it gets too much. I asked her. Same thing as we did back then. She taps me with her index finger if she can't talk and says the word family if she can. Billy knows what she's doing. She wants to play. She fights me, her nails clawing my flesh and ripping my skin. I like it. The more she fights, the more turned on I become. I have to give it to her. 10 years ago, she would have tapped out by now. I slap her and spit the fluid directly on her face. You want to act cute, Billy? My dirty whore. If you want a show, I can force you into one. All we have to do is go outside on the balcony. Billy stops her assault. She freezes as cum drips down her face and lands on the hotel room floor. I expect her to freak out and beg me not to do it, but she smiles.
You knew me 10 years ago. I'm not that same girl. Bring it, bitch.
There's a perverse sense of power as Billy screams, and the sheer force of my hands around her throat quiets her roar to a barely audible whisper. Her eyes darken with lust and anger as I drag her from the sofa and move her to the floor. The sexual desire building and intensifying my need to fuck her over and over, forcing her to have mind-blowing orgasm after mind-blowing orgasm. I want her to be so heady with the need for only what we can give her. Mind-shattering, no-holds-barred sex that will poison every man that dares to think he can touch what already is owned. We will make her so addicted that she'll do anything we ask, and never dare question it. I grab her arm as I squeeze her throat with my other hand, and turn her around until her face is by the liquid. I crouch down and replace the hand on her neck with my boot, and press her face down until her nose sits directly on the cum. Lick up the mess you made, you pathetic whore. Silence fills the room as Kane and I listen to Billy, slurping his cum off the floor. That's a good little slut. I bend to her ear. Don't forget your place, whore. Or next time, it'll be much worse. Now get your ass up, fuckhole. My foot remains on her head, and Billy struggles as she brings her knees in and pushes her ass up in the air. I abandon her head and slide under her on my back, my fingers forcefully digging into her hips. Pulling her down, I impale her on my cock. Fuck, Billy. You got any idea what it's like to spend night after night dreaming of this pussy?
Fuck you, Lars. You're acting like you weren't the one who threw me away like I meant nothing.
Her big ass jiggles as my palm lands on it with a hard slap. I don't want reminders of the biggest mistake I ever made. Right now, I want my girl. Shut up, Billy, or I'll make you cry.
There are no more tears for you, Lars. That well dried up years ago. I don't give a fuck about you or Kane. I'm only here for a fuck, so shut up, be a man, and give me the only thing you're good for.
Like an animal, I repeatedly slap her ass. I want her to beg me to stop, surrendering her safe word.
She won't bend,
Kane says from above me. He gets on his knees in front of me, a bottle of that fucking THC lube and paper clips in his hand.
She's punishing us, Lars. She won't give us the satisfaction. So, it looks like we're going to have to break her. Chapter 10. Kane. Billy doesn't scream when I pull her head up by her hair, pulling her off Lars. I'm not gentle. I don't want to be. Right now, the three of us are playing a game for dominance. A struggle for power and a resemblance of control when we're all forged into constant chaos. We use sex to communicate instead of conversation. Unhealthy as fuck, but what does anyone expect from the offspring of neglectful parents who never taught them to love? I tug at Billy's hair until the back of her head rests on my shoulder. Be a good girl and use your safe word, Tinkerbell. I don't want to hurt you.
Fuck you, Kane. You're too much of a pussy to break me.
I smile at her bravado. The Billy we knew was as sweet and quiet as a mouse. I always worried she'd end up as a trophy wife for some piece of shit upper-crust politician. I should have known better. Billy has become a strong, sexy, willful woman who won't roll over and play dead. She's become a fighter. I pick up a paperclip resting on the hotel room desk, shiny and silver. Her tits would look fucking fantastic with some jewelry, something for me to tug on as I force her to crawl and kneel by my feet like the good girl I know she wants to be. I hold her nipple and glide it through the small metal opening, like her pretty butt is a cluster of papers. Billy, I've learned a lot of little tricks over the years. I flick her nipple and she screams. Nice and tight, baby, just like your pussy. I slam her onto the floor, placing her head beside Lars's cock before flipping open the bottle of lube. You're uptight, Billy. Better make sure this sexy ass of yours chills the fuck out. You ever tried THC lube? Shit works wonders. Best fucking anal I've ever had. And since I'm a nice fucking guy, I'm gonna give you the ride of your life. I brushed the tip of my cock along her puckered asshole. Last chance, Tinkerbell. You know what to say to make it all stop. Billy sticks her ass out.
Fuck you.
She grunts as I push inside her ass. A part of me wants to go in full thrust, but this is still Billy, and my heart won't let me do anything that could cause damage. Since you've got nothing to say, whore, why don't you make that pathetic mouth useful and fill it with cock? Billy arches her back as I push her down back onto Lars's dick. She struggles as I hold her head, forcing her to choke. You sound much better when you're gagging, Tinkerbell. No one wants to hear what a worthless little cunt like you has to say. You think you mean something, little girl? That we'd fall on our knees and beg you for forgiveness? Nah, my pretty little slut. All we want is to use your slutty holes and send you on your way. On the outside, it would appear that I'm getting a perverse sense of satisfaction as I reign over both Billy and Lars, my dick fully sheathed in her tight little ass as Lars dutifully lifts his head to lick my asshole while she sucks on his dick, following my orders. The alpha is on top of his subordinates, but they're in control. Every action I take is with their well-being in mind because I love them. Lars needs me to control his anger and rein in his rage. He wants to control Billy but also needs me to provide safety and check his impulsive nature. He knows he can be himself because I'm always there to catch him or protect him, even from himself if need be. Billy longs to feel dirty, to think of herself as less than. Everyone has told her that appearances are everything, forced to have perfect clothes and manners and portray excellence. She's never allowed herself to let go. She needs to be used, so I let her be whatever she wants. She's not refusing to use her safe word to spite us. It's a little game. She's refusing because she needs to be pushed. Billy longs for chaos, and I'll give it to her. The three of us always filled the holes that others chipped away. All broken, but together we always healed. Sex wasn't just sex. Kink wasn't just kink. The anger between us wasn't just anger. Everything we did, functional or dysfunctional, was a plea for healing that only the others could provide. I trace my hand along the small scars on her back, jagged cuts crisscrossing in perfect patterns, marks she let me leave there so I could ease my pain. Then, I didn't understand why my hand was shaking, Never did that when I dug the blade into my flesh. Tell me if this hurts. She'd arrived at the shack crying, probably hoping to find Trevor. He was better at dealing with crying women, but she'd found me instead. I'd been sitting at the broken-down wooden dining table, knife in hand, slicing at my flesh.
What the fuck are you doing?
Billy screamed, running toward me.
What the fuck, Kane?
Her startled screams had me dropping the small pocket knife. The clang of the metal on the rotted wood floor made us jump. What the fuck are you doing here?
Answer my question first.
The legs of my chair scraped on the floor before it fell back. I banged my fist on the table, glaring at her. This is my place, Billy. I don't have to answer to anyone. Billy stepped closer, ignoring my harsh words. She placed her hands on my face, her eyes earnest as they glared into mine.
Are you cutting yourself?
Her gentleness was a foreigner invading my borders. I like scars. Just giving myself a homemade tattoo. I shrug. You know I want to look cool for all the groupies the band's gonna get. Chicks like scars and all that shit. Billy's eyes fluttered closed. She took a deep breath and walked past me to the knife lying on the floor. She picked it up and brought the blade to her palm, slicing through her skin and bringing it to my mouth. I'd never been into blood, not really, but there was something alluring about Billy's blood. I wrapped my fingers around her wrist, pulled her palm to my lips, and licked.
Is it the blood? Or the sense of control when you're causing pain?
Control. Until now. Now. Between Lars's tongue and Billy's sweet ass, I'm on the edge. But I don't want to come. I want Billy to see what she's up against. To realize we can do something for her that no one else can. I want her to understand that we are the only two men who can make her soar. I fist her hair and pull her back, placing my hands under the back of her thighs and lifting her off Lars's dick. My prim and proper Tinkerbell, always too frightened to show the world who she really is, hiding behind her granny sweaters and upper-crust grammar. I lift Billy up while remaining sheathed in her tight ass and step towards the balcony and use one hand to slide the door open. You know what's cool about this particular penthouse? Billy simply shakes her head. Right under us is a conference room. Turning back, I stare at the clock on the wall. In about 2 hours, we have a little meet and greet, so there will be some fans underneath us, desperate to be in the position you're in right now. With one hand, I hold on to Billy while the other grabs the extra balaclava on the side table and slips it over Billy's head before turning to Lars. Throw me that black shirt. Lars throws me the shirt, and I pass it to her. I'd put it on you, but then I'd have to pull out of your ass, and I find it rather enjoyable there.
What the fuck am I wearing this for? I look like a pathetic groupie.
I can't help laughing. Well, you can take it off and have someone identify you from your tattoos and scars. Up to you, Tinkerbell.
I'll leave it on.
Billy says as I pull open the balcony door and walk us out to a horde of screaming fans.
Jesus, do they have nothing to do but wait around for you like pathetic puppies?
You sound jealous, Tinkerbell. I place a kiss at the top of her head. Billy grabs the back of my neck, digging her nails in like a wild animal.
I have never been, and will never be, envious of a bunch of fucking hangers-on.
Okay, baby. Smile for the cameras. I hold her up to the crowd, pussy on full display as my cock moves in and out of her ass. Wonder how many porn sites you'll be on, pretty girl.
Chapter 11. Billy. Now. The flash of the cameras is so blinding that it dulls the roar of the crowd below us. I should be furious with Kane for this stunt, but the high it provides is the best thing I've ever experienced. My hand moves to my mask-covered face, finally understanding why the guys wear them. With the mask, you're an invisible presence that can't be ignored.
You're not leaving me out,
Lars says as he grabs my waist. He lines his dick by my entrance and slams into my pussy.
Fuck. I missed this.
This was their favorite position. They'd fuck me like this for hours, leaving me sore and satisfied. The first time I got fucked up the ass was by Lars. He was on the sofa watching me ride Kane. Then, the flash of a camera. My head turned, and I saw Lars with a shit-eating grin holding his cell phone. "What are you doing?"
Getting some visuals for the spank bank,
he said, taking another photo. "Delete that off your phone this instant." Lars laughed and took another picture.
You look ridiculous acting all prissy while riding cane like a cowgirl with those bite marks on your tits.
"Fuck you." Lars disappeared into the small makeshift kitchen Kane had set up in the shack, returning with a stick of butter. He stepped behind me and shoved my face toward Kane's chest. A cold, slick substance rubbed my ass. The butter. Then one finger, followed by a second, invaded me. Lars bent and whispered in my ear.
I'd rather fuck you, slut.
It hurt. I'd never had a dick in my ass before, but I'd always enjoyed a finger or two. But everything these two men did to me opened my world to bliss. Lars went in slowly, making sure I adjusted before he increased his rhythm, his thrusts flowing with Kane's. They used my body to create a song only they could hear in their minds. The sensation of fullness was transcendent. I'd never experienced something that ignited all my nerve endings so intensely.
Look at you, Billy Goat. Stuffed full like a good little slut. Pretty rich girl getting fucked by the dirty boys from the wrong side of the tracks. What would Mommy and Daddy think about their little princess being nothing but a classless whore, begging to feel full?
With every word Lars spoke, my excitement accelerated until my body shook. I came so hard that I thought the world had ended and I'd landed on the doorstep of paradise.
That's it, Tinkerbell. Drench us with everything you've got.
As soon as I came, the guys bounced me between them, their hands pinching, their mouths on my flesh, teeth digging, placing their marks on my body. Each movement a tactile demonstration that cemented the rest of my life. I would belong to no one but them. Clear displays establishing that no one would maneuver my body like they did. Lars and Kane touched me in ways I didn't know I wanted until they unlocked the secrets only they understood. Kane grasped my neck, his fingers pressed into my throat, limiting my ability to breathe. His grip added another dimension, increasing the pleasure. A thrill of danger spiraled through me. A part of me I'd hidden my whole life was released. There was something powerful about all my dark desires being accepted and celebrated. Lars and Kane did that for me. They saw every part of me and helped me unleash it, demonstrating that nothing in or about me should bring me shame. With a groan, both my loves unleashed in me, leaving a trace of themselves behind. Lars pulled out of me first. He rose and stood behind me. Kane lifted me off him slowly, and he got up.
Bend over, Billy.
I laid my hands flat on the floor and got on all fours. Lars moved behind me.
Spread your legs.
I did as he said, parting my legs, giving him a clear view of my pussy and asshole. A click of the camera.
Perfect, Billy Goat. Now push out all the cum. I want a snap of it dripping out of your holes. A reminder that my girl is the perfect fucking cock-loving whore.
There I was, on all fours, pushing out their cum, having it drip on the floor. And I felt freer than I ever had in my life. There were no expectations of me, no requirement to present as conventionally desirable.
Beautiful,
Lars whispered as the last drop of cum landed on the floor. I turned my head to the camera, and he took another photo.
Now clean up, slut.
I'm not cleaning it up. The words were a lie. I had a word to use if I didn't want to, but I didn't utter that word. I wanted to place my tongue on the white liquid and drench my mouth with our flavor. The desire to be humiliated at such an extreme level was a rush I never thought I'd experience. I wanted them to force me so I could maintain plausible deniability and my pristine image remained intact. Kane smirked at me as he took a few steps forward. He lifted his bare foot, and it landed on the back of my head. He pushed my face down until it was submerged in the cum.
Lick it up, slut.
My tongue peeked out between my lips, and I licked every drop of cum from the floor into my mouth. Now, my heart speeds up as memories of the past flood my mind. These two men unlocked so much of me that I suffered when they were no longer a presence in my life. "I'm gonna come," I whisper to Lars. He places a kiss on my neck and pulls out of me just as I squirt toward the audience below. Mortification sets in as I glance at the crowd gathered below us.
They'll love it because it's from us. I'm pretty sure Lars could piss on them and they'd all open wide.
Pain bursts as he pinches my nipples, causing the paper clips to tighten.
If you print that, I'll tie you to the bed and cane your cunt until you bleed.
Is that supposed to be a threat or a promise?
A threat, Tinkerbell. I'll fuck your cunt up so bad that you won't enjoy an orgasm for a year.
Lars pushes back into me, and both men move my body back and forth between them, a sexual game of tug-of-war.
I missed watching you leak our cum from your holes, Tinkerbell.
Both men halt their movement, their groans melding into one as their orgasms unleash in unison. Neither pull out of me immediately. Both men hold me tight between them as the crowd cheers. I peer down at them, arms raised, cameras pointed at Lars, Kane, and me. Lars turns to his doting psycho fans.
"You want a pre-show?"
Screams and cheers from the people below. Simultaneously, both Kane and Lars pull out. I scream as they lift me over and place my lower back on the ledge while Kane holds me tight under my breasts. I glance down at the men and women gathered beneath me, mouths open, chasing the cum trickling from me toward them. I always knew your fans were rabid, but this is a whole new level. Kane bites down on my shoulder.
And yet all of them combined don't come close to comparing to you.
Chapter 12. Lars. Now. Billy glares at me.
You gave up your claim on me when you told me to get lost. You're sorely mistaken if you think you can tell me what to do now. Nobody owns me, Lars, especially you. You gave up that right 10 years ago. You think all this was something special? That you'd give me a few orgasms, I'd fall to my knees in gratitude and forget how you broke my heart?
I was hurting.
Yes, asshole. So was I. You think you're the only one who loved him? The only person who had a piece of their heart ripped out? You only lost Trevor when he died. I lost all three of you.
I rise from the ground, taking one step, then another, until Billy's cornered against the wall. She flinches as I bring my face toward hers. I want to kick my ass for making her flinch, but I need to say the words that have been burning in my throat for a decade. He died. I fucking love how we all keep saying that. People die in car accidents, from cancer and heart attacks. Trevor didn't die. He fucking took a pistol to his temple and blew his brains out on his mother's cream carpet. Because of us. Because we were so selfish that we forgot it wasn't just the three of us. He was a part of our family, and we left him behind. Because we fell in love with you.
You're not the only one who loved him, Lars. I beat myself up over it. You assumed I just said, "Oh well," and moved on. It's been 10 years, and that pain still shatters my heart. Some days I miss him so much I curl into a ball and cry for hours. I loved him too. I never would have started it with the two of you. I would have been sad, but at least I'd have him.
Kane gets up.
You think he wanted you?
Kane, shut up.
She needs the truth, Lars. Fuck that, she deserves the truth. We can walk away, but she spent 10 years thinking it was her fault. It's not her fault, it's ours.
What do you mean?
Trevor wasn't in love with you, Billy. He was in love with the idea of family. He saw us, the three of us. After I took you home, I headed back to the shack. Trevor and Lars were there. I waited at my dad's until he left. He didn't kill himself because of you. It was never your fault. Trevor was hopped up on drugs, hurt and angry. Trevor killed himself because the three of us found something new, and he felt as if he would be left behind.
Billy turns her gaze from Kane to me. The anger in her face vanishes, replaced by something else, something much worse. Pity. My face falls into my hands as I try to cast out an old ghost who never stops haunting me. Then. What did you take, Trev? You're on something. What is it? Trevor ignored my question, pacing the room, hands jittering while repeating the same words over and over, like a mantra to an invisible god.
What's wrong with me? Why does everyone abandon me?
I love you, Trevor. So do Billy and Kane. We're a family. Please, Trev. Tell me what you're on. I want to help you. Trevor laughs, but the sound is a blast of frost, lingering in the air. There's no amusement or joy in the grotesque sounds meant to mimic glee.
I saw you, Lars. I saw all of you.
I moved to touch his shoulders, hoping to calm him somehow. Deep down, I knew it would be useless. You can't talk someone off the ledge when they're hopped up on drugs, but even armed with that knowledge, my effort would be fruitless. I still wanted to try. What are you talking about, Trev? The moment I ask, I comprehend how disingenuous it sounds. He doesn't need to tell me, because I know the answer. The ground beneath me shifts, and doom lingers above me. Trevor knew, and since he didn't get the information from us directly, he felt betrayed. There was an urge to kick my ass. I should have known what would happen. The four of us already live on the razor's edge of rejection, our own parents never putting us first. Trev, Kane, and I were a trio. Nothing and no one was supposed to tear us apart. I just assumed since he wasn't into Billy that everything would be fine. But I never once thought about how he'd feel to know that not only Billy was fucking me, but she was with Kane, too. Or that Kane and I were fucking as well. Fuck. I was an idiot. Maybe my mom is right. I'm just a selfish piece of shit who doesn't think of anyone but myself.
Was it all lies? When you said that we were family? Because it sure as fuck didn't feel like I was in a family with my nose pressed against the window looking in on the three of you fucking all cozy while I wilted away in the cold.
I felt my heart race. There's a visceral need to defend myself and my actions, and another need to get Trevor through it. If I could just keep him calm until he comes down, then maybe I could get through to him. Of course we're family, brother.
I'm not your brother. The three of you are off creating something new. I'm no one to you. I'm nothing to any of you.
What are you talking about, Trev? How can you say that? Trevor walked up to me and dropped to his knees. I wasn't sure what he was doing until he pulled down my sweatpants and palmed my dick. I stumbled back and fell on the sofa. What the fuck are you doing?
Maybe if I suck your dick, then things could go back to the way they were. I'm not into guys, but I'll do it. I'll do whatever I need to.
I grip his shoulder and shove him away. Hindsight, I probably should have been gentler, but the idea of him sucking my cock as a transaction turned my stomach. Trevor, bro, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
I'm worthless. No one wants me.
Trevor, are you even into guys?
No,
he said, shaking his head.
I just don't want to lose my family.
Images of my mom on her knees sucking the dick of every John in order to get high popped into my mind. I crouched down on the floor and looked him directly in the eyes. You're always going to have a family. We'll always be there. But Trevor, we can't help who we love romantically. One day, bro, you'll find a girl and none of this will matter. We'll have Sunday barbecues and our kids will run around the yard, laughing. We'll have a big Christmas with lots of presents. I'll always be there for you, no matter what. Trevor rose, his face contorting in pain and something I couldn't put my finger on. He walked to the door, hand on the knob, and whispered,
Everyone makes promises, but no one keeps them. Maybe life is just constant misery.
Now. My eyes meet Kane's. 2 hours later, when we went to check up on him, we found him dead. Billy whimpers. I turn to her, She's in tears, hand over her mouth.
All these years, I thought it was my fault, that I'd done something wrong. You're a fucking coward, Lars.
Anger and shame are volatile emotions. They cloud your vision and force you into rash judgments that impede your happiness. But when the two emotions get twisted, they're far more dangerous. They're a ticking time bomb bound to explode, causing devastation and casualties in their wake. Every part of me wants to fall on the ground at Billy's feet and tell her I'm sorry. Admit that I was a fucked up kid with nothing who feared having even less. I didn't know that losing her would be the worst thing I ever experienced. Withdrawing from Billy is the most brutal thing I've ever been through. For the first 2 years, I disassociated and spiraled into dark places. But as I stand here with the opportunity to tell her my truth, I don't. Instead, I say words to push her away. Again. Yes, I'm a fucking coward. So run, Billy. Run from me while you still can. Billy doesn't look at me. Her palms glide down her t-shirt as if trying to cleanse herself of what happened in this room.
You're going to finish this interview? Then I'm getting on a plane, going home, and I never want to see you two again.
Why bother with the interview? Her eyes snap up, brimming with tears, and I hate that I'm the reason.
Because you've already taken too much from me, and I'll be damned if you take anything else. I've worked hard for my career, and this interview is hard won.
I nod and watch as Billy Richmond storms away from me again.
You're a fucking idiot,
Kane says as soon as the door slams behind Billy. I frown. You could have told her what was up back then. Why didn't you?
So many times I wanted to run to her and tell her, beg her to come back and forgive you. But you needed me more than she did. She had her father and her wealth. You had nothing and no one. I was sure you'd crumble if I didn't stick by you, and there was no way I could live with myself. She was stronger than you, and I knew it, so I got stuck choosing between the two pieces of my heart.
Kane steps toward me and grabs the back of my head, bringing his forehead to mine.
You gotta make this right, man. You know how much it's hurt us without her all these years. Make this right.
We don't need her. My lie sounds pathetic to my own ears.
You can lie to them.
Kane points toward the balcony.
You can even lie to yourself. But you'll never be able to lie to me. The pain our fans love, that soul-crushing sorrow, is all from her. She's in everything you do, in everything we do. The struggle to succeed came from her, to be someone worthy of her. Sure, we love the music and all the shit that comes with it, but her memory has fueled us these past 10 years. Maybe we've used Trevor as an excuse because we're terrified that our love for her could crush us under its weight.
Every syllable of Kane's words hits me like bullets from a firing squad, with dissemination as its goal.
I hear you at night, Lars. When you think I'm sleeping, you take out your old guitar and play that song. A song that makes you irate when you hear it on the radio or in a bar. The same song you practice at rehearsal because she was there.
Then,
I love that song.
I turn and watch Billy enter the shack. You're like a cat, you know that? She smiled, and I swore the sun burst through the clouds, radiating heat. I sounded like a chump, but that was what Billy did to me. She turned me into a sentimental fool. It's a good tune.
Yes, it is. The lyrics are almost haunting. You can sense his pain.
I strum the guitar. It's about his parents, their abuse of him and substances. I can relate. Knowing that your parent, who's supposed to love you more than anyone else, loves a chemical more. I closed my eyes as I sang the lyrics, pouring all my rage and love for my mother into them. As I hit the chorus, Billy joined in. Her voice was soft but held power. I guessed it shouldn't have shocked me that my angel also sounded like one. The song ended and I placed the guitar down before leaning into her and brushing my lips against hers. Thank you.
For what?
For making me feel a little less alone.
Chapter 13. Kane. Now. We went through the motions at the press conference. Kay was losing her ever-loving mind about the scene on the balcony.
Do you have any idea how fucking problematic your little stunt on the balcony was? I get it, you're rock stars, and with that comes all kinds of women and men who will do anything you want. But Jesus fucking Christ, get some goddamn common sense.
Marley chuckles.
Gotta admit that shit was hot. You gotta give me your name. She seems like a fun time.
Lars jumps out of his chair and punches Marley in the jaw, knocking him to the floor.
You better bleach any image of her out of your damn eyes.
Marley thumbs his jaw.
Damn, Lars. You've never been crazy about one of your groupies before. There must have been some magic pussy. Now I really want to give it a test drive.
Lars jumps on top of Marley and punches him in the face repeatedly.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I wrap my arms around him, pulling him off while Iggy does the same with Marley. You're fucking crazy! Iggy screams. What the fuck's gotten into you?
Just tell your boy to shut the fuck up.
Lars yells back.
You're the one who put her on display for the world.
Marley grunts, pulling out his phone and shoving it in Lars's face. It's the two of us holding Billy up, legs spread with cum dripping from her pussy.
If she means something, maybe keep her pussy out of the news.
I don't know why, but seeing that image has my blood boiling. Do I regret it? No. Does it bother me when other men stare at it? No. I enjoy that others find Billy as hot as I do. But the image has Lars thrashing against me, wanting to rip Marley's head off. Get him out of here, Ig. I'll deal with Lars, but get Marley out of here before shit gets much worse. Iggy nods and pulls Marley from the room, leaving Kay, Lars, and me behind.
What was that about?
Kay demands. Kay, I think you should leave too, I mutter.
I'm not going anywhere. You're messing with my shit now. I let you fuckers get away with a lot, but not this. This shit goes sideways and it's my reputation. I won't let you little shits fuck with my life.
I like Kay. She's funny, smart, knows music, and I never have to worry about any of the guys fucking her because the idea of dick turns her stomach. But at this moment, I want to throttle her. Kay, I've got this. Please go. She huffs and mumbles obscenities my way before heading out the door and slamming it behind her. I toss Lars toward the sofa and get on top of him. He struggles beneath me as I clasp his arms above his head. Stop it.
Let go of me, Kane. Let the fuck go.
Lars's voice cracks, his pain blaring through the bravado he wears to protect him from emotion. It's been a long time since I've seen him like this. 10 years to be exact. Then, I walked into the darkness, broken glass bottles scattered along the floor. Carefully, I stepped over the shards and flicked on the light switch, illuminating the scene before me. Lars was crouched on the floor, his bloody arms wrapped around his legs, shaking in a fetal position. Lars? I checked his body for damage. I'd never seen him like this. Even when his mother was rushed to the hospital because of an overdose, he was still somewhat put together. Cold and distant, sure, but he didn't fall apart. He resisted when I pulled him to me, but I ignored him. We sat while he sobbed in my arms. I wasn't sure what to do or say. Lars gave me purpose. He redirected my anger, sorrow, and rage into something productive. We'd built something that wasn't based on pain and neglect, but on admiration, affection, and ability. We'd taken the tattered fabric of our life and made it into a beautiful tapestry of sound. Then we'd found something more. Love. Love for each other and love for a sweet girl who we believed was above anything we deserved.
All I'll do is bring you down, Kane. I fucking deserve nothing and no one. Run now while you have the chance. Save yourself.
His words were a muffled heartbreak against my chest. I'm not leaving you, Lars. It's you and me. We said always and forever. No matter what, I'll never leave you.
You say that now, but one day I'll do something you won't be able to forgive. One day, I'll be too much. One day the fake illusion of happiness we built will crack and collapse on our heads. I can't have you hating me.
That was the moment I knew I couldn't leave Lars. Billy was strong, much stronger than the two of us. The thought of being without her shattered my heart, but forsaking Lars in the darkness felt like a sin. I could live with an ache in my heart, but I couldn't live knowing I'd left Lars to drown. Now, I never believed there would come a time when I'd walk away from you. It was us through thick and thin forever. But goddamn it, Lars, she's a part of us. You've got to fix this. We've got to fix this. I won't live another 10 years without her. Lars turns his head away.
She can't fucking stand us. No, she can't stand me. She tolerates you, but she hates me.
He whispers. I grip his throat and force his eyes on me. That's not true. She holds a lot of anger in her heart toward us, and rightfully so. But she doesn't hate you. If she did, she wouldn't have fucked you. The love is there, but it can't bloom until she forgives us.
Chapter 14. Lars. Now. Music has been my compass, an anchor holding me in place and the wings which give me flight. Every emotion I've ever experienced has been fuel for creating a melody. Rage, love, and heartache were lyrics in my heart, woven into the songs. I've never had an issue finding words to express emotion until now, standing in the dark and gazing at the sleeping form of the only woman I've ever loved. In the last 10 years, I've been in the company of the most stunning women on the planet, but Billy Richmond is still the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. Gazing at her is like being graced with a vision of the northern lights fluttering in the dark sky, wondrous and majestic. I've been sitting here for hours, watching the steady rise and fall of her chest, jealous of the air she breathes and the blanket wrapped around her body. I've accumulated so many regrets, most of them before I grasped the meaning of the word, but none as profound as the permanent, nauseating gut punch from telling her to walk away. I thought I'd be okay, that her leaving was simply more pain I was forced to endure, but she wasn't so easy to move past. Billy Richmond was half of my heart. Without her, I was living as half a man. I tried to catch her while she was up, ran to her room and banged on the door like a madman, demanding to be let in like a brute. I didn't blame her for shutting me out. I deserved far worse. She was in there. Billy wanted me to know she was ignoring me by blaring her music. She picked Limp Bizkit, knowing how shitty I found that band. A genuine smile found its way to my lips. She was spiteful and stubborn because she couldn't stand that band either, but she'd tolerate them to torture me. My Billy was too sweet to hurt me. She'd break herself to avoid it. Too bad I wasn't as good to her, but I wanted to be. God, I wanted to be. The blanket shifts, exposing her thighs and black panties, and my cock rears its ugly head. Even my dick knows she's ours. Mine and Kane's. Our girl. I bat down the lust, keeping my carnal desires for her at bay. I don't want to touch her until I've won her back. She's right. Sex means nothing if I can't have it forever. I don't just want her body. I want her heart, her mind, her soul. To consume her the way she consumes me. I step toward her bedside table and place my lyric book there for her to find. I'm not sure if it'll do anything, but it's a step. A vulnerable attempt to get my family back. Then, you need to pick a safe word. But you know we don't have to do this, right? I mean, vanilla is fine. Kane and I can do the other stuff. You don't need to. What we were doing was great, I said. Billy had caught Kane and me. My fear ran rampant, thinking that she was freaked out. Our little menage was already unconventional, but to witness me tied up while he took a crop to me must have freaked her out. I wasn't sure Billy had even seen a dick before us.
Can I ask you something? Well, 2 things.
I knelt in front of her, taking her hands in mine. Billy Goat, you can ask me anything.
Why do you call me Billy Goat?
Does it bug you? She shook her head.
No, I get why Kane calls me Tinkerbell. I'm super short compared to him. But why Billy Goat?
You taught me how to be grateful. I chuckled, rubbing the back of my head. I was the mean, angry troll, miserable, out to burn the world down. I only went to those Naranon meetings to get into your pants, but they helped. Talking to you helped me understand that I needed to appreciate the good and be grateful for it. You came along and humbled my ass like the goats did with the troll. So I thought the name suited you. What's the second question? Billy looked away from me, a light blush covering her skin.
What's it like? The sex between you and Kane. Why do you like it? It looked as if he was hurting you.
With Kane, I'm safe. He'd never hurt me. We have an unspoken understanding that I control my environment by surrendering to him. It's good to not worry about anything and have someone else take the reins. Billy nodded.
Okay. I've picked my safe word.
Remember, it has to be something you would never randomly say during sex. Don't pick things like stop, because that won't work with certain scenes.
Family. That's my safe word.
I smiled at her. That's an interesting word. Billy shrugged.
It's how I see you and Kane. My dad is great, but he works so much that I only see him 2 weeks a year. He's like a traveler popping by to say hello. And my mom, well, you know what that's like. She's so hopped up on her pills that some days she doesn't even recognize me. I've always been lonely. At least I was until you and Kane. The word family seems fitting because that's how I feel when I'm with the two of you. That I finally have a family. Saying that word if things get too much and knowing you'll stop is perfect. Because family puts the needs of those they love over theirs.
That was the moment I fell fast and deep in love with Billy Richmond, and never stopped. Now, I take one more look at my girl before kissing her head. I'll get you back, Billy.
Chapter 15. Billy. Now. The sun blares through the window, and I want to kick myself for not shutting the blinds last night. Waking at the ass crack of dawn isn't amusing. I turn my face on the pillow and see a battered brown leather notebook with frayed corners on the bedside table. I jump out of bed and unplug the side lamp, holding it up as I scan the room. I'm not sure how much damage I can do with it if someone's in here, but it gives me a sense of security that fosters my bravery. My phone buzzes. A text. I grab it.
Unknown. No one's in your room. I dropped the book off last night while you were sleeping. Read it.
Me? Who the hell is this?
Just read the note, Billy Goat.
Lars. I place the lamp down and walk over to the book, brushing my fingers over it. It has the texture of good quality leather that becomes softer and more flexible with time. The bed creaks as I sit on the edge and place the book in my lap. I sit for what seems like an eternity, staring at it, unsure if I want to unleash whatever it holds. Gently, I open the book and read the first line. I lost her today. The dock is a haunted memory of the love that used to be. I've turned my back on her raven hair, finding my world in utter despair. Rage took hold and a garden bloomed. Now I serve a dark master consumed by doom. I lost her today, but what I truly forgot is me. I lost her today, now simply living for yesterday. Acid burns my throat as another with midnight hair leaves my bed. I lost her today. The margin notes catch my eye, written in large block letters. I fucking love you, Billy. Page after page consumed with lyrics and poems with notes to me. I'm sorry, Billy. Please forgive me, Billy. I'm an idiot, Billy. How can I live without half of my heart? Kane hates me sometimes. Can't blame him. I'm surprised he's still here. The only time I don't feel dead inside is when Kane hits me. Who would have thought being beaten black and blue would numb the pain? Well, at least for a short time. Then I come down and terror stirs in my heart because you're not here, Billy. Tears brim my eyes as I read Lars's words. I recognize the lyrics from my 2 favorite Gutless Void albums and finally realize why they mean so much to me. They're about us, the 4 of us. The pain, the love, the rejection. Lars wrote about it all, putting everything in his lyrics, and bared his soul to random strangers as catharsis. Lars chose words carefully. He guarded them under a cloak with his emotions, only taking them out when he was alone. He was raised by a woman who taught him that his words didn't make a difference in how others treated him. Then, nervous energy coursed through my body. My foot tapped repetitively, and my fingers drummed my thigh. I glanced at Lars, his eyes focused on the road, lips moving to the lyrics blasting from the speakers. He didn't speak a word until we got to his house. He turned the music off, and we sat in silence, staring at the small bungalow with peeling siding and decaying wooden steps, leading to a small porch with a white plastic chair by the door.
It's not much now, but it used to look good.
He pointed to the front door.
The door was blue, and we painted the porch yellow. My dad repainted it every year. He was a little obsessive about it. Apparently, he used the wrong paint. 2 years after he died, it all went to shit. I wanted to fix it up, but by that time, money was scarce. Everything we had, she sold. I'm sure we'd lose the house if it weren't in my name.
Your dad left the house to you? Lars cut the engine.
On the stipulation that my mom lives there as long as she wants, but she can't sell it. The property has been in my father's family for over 200 years.
Lars opened the door and got out before coming to my side. I smiled when he opened my door, offering me his hand. I'd never asked to see his house. I'd never even talked to him about his mother. I'd let him talk at the meetings and left it at that. Dealing with addict parents was difficult at best, and I knew better than anyone how, as their children, we carried a sense of shame and dread. But after the meeting, he'd asked me to go for a drive, and we ended up here. Lars kissed my hand and tugged me toward the little house. But as we entered the doorway, reality punched me in the face. Roxanne Morgan was naked beside a big man with a needle sticking out of her arm. Lars said nothing. He turned, grabbed my arm roughly, and dragged me back out. "Lars, you okay?" I asked worriedly as I saw the tears he fought to hold back. Seeing Lars cry was alarming. When he experienced sorrow, it was a bone-deep, chilling dread caused by despair. His tears were misery trapped in the belief that love brought no joy, no hope of happiness, and no promise for a brighter future. As I bore witness to the tears silently falling from his golden eyes, my heart ached in ways I couldn't understand or explain. I only knew that I never wanted to create that magnitude of strife in his life. I would be a source of solace for him, someone he could turn to in times of need, his shelter from the storm. I'd do for him what his mother couldn't. I would love him. Now, a knock at the door interrupts my thoughts. I wipe the tears from my face, shut the notebook, and walk to the door. Kane stands there, hair disheveled, eyes bloodshot. He looks tired, but I can only see how handsome he is. I smile and move aside so he can enter. He kisses my cheek.
You forgive him yet?
Shouldn't you be more worried about whether I've forgiven you? He leans against the desk in the corner.
I'm not the one you're mad at.
You're awfully cocky. Kane smirks, and I swear my panties incinerate.
We both know that's true.
It's always been easier with Kane. He's better at caring. He shows kindness and love effortlessly. It was Kane who attracted me first. The tall, tatted, motorcycle-driving bad boy had given shelter to 2 lost souls because he could. Kane is a juxtaposition. Hard on the outside, but one of the sweetest people I've ever met. Maybe that's why I'm not as hurt by him. Deep down, I understand that he did what he felt was right. Made an impossible choice with the least amount of fallout. But Lars had cut me to the bone. Am I supposed to forget everything because of some lyrics he wrote for me?
No.
Kane shakes his head.
You're supposed to forgive him because you love him.
His hands move to the bottom of his black sweater, and he pulls it over his head. What are you doing? Kane smirks, and my anger grows to new heights. He steps toward me and grabs my wrist. I stare at his Thenar web space and notice the word Satan in cursive. Did you get Lars's stage name tattooed on your hand? Kane's chuckle is a deep rumble. He lifts his other hand where Tinkerbell is etched in the same place.
Got one for you, too. Did you not notice when I had my hand wrapped around your throat?
I didn't. I was so immersed in the mind-blowing sex that small details were the last thing on my mind. Kane steps forward, and the sexual allure of his body makes my head spin all over again. I shake my head. I'm not going to fuck you right now.
Slow your roll, Billy.
He places my palm against his chest.
Did you know Lars hasn't seen me without my shirt for 9 years?
What? How is that possible?
I usually top him and he doesn't question it, just goes with the flow.
I gaze at my hand on his chest, noticing the black ink beneath. Why? Kane lifts my hand, exposing his flesh, and I gasp. A broken heart formed from half of my face and half of Lars's is etched on his skin.
Because of this, you mean something to me, to him. We've survived without you, but that's all we've done. A moment of joy always lives in the shadow of immense loss. I knew it wouldn't bring you back, but I wanted a tangible reminder of you. So it's the 2 pieces of my heart that have remained broken since the day I lost you.
No single emotion can fit this moment, because they all fight for dominance. Pain from the years I've lost with Kane. Sadness at how much he suffered by choosing between 2 people he cared for deeply. Anger that Lars could have talked to us instead of shutting me out and making Kane pick up the broken pieces alone. But above all these emotions, the loudest is love. My love for both these men has burned all these years and will burn for as long as I draw breath. Kane gently places his fingers under my chin, his eyes somber and warm.
You think this is impressive? You should see the tats he's sporting.
My throat closes as a lump forms, and breathing becomes difficult. Some ink doesn't make the past disappear. It doesn't wipe away the guilt, the pain, the struggle. You 2 left me behind and didn't look back until I showed up on your doorstep.
Did you see the book? I've got one too. Full of lyrics. We never left you, Billy. Not in our hearts, not in our minds, and not in our souls.
Kane grips my hand as he bends to capture my eyes.
Forgive him, Billy. Because if you don't, I'll be back in the same spot I was 10 years ago. I'll have to pick again, and this time I'll pick you.
No! I shout, ripping my hands from his grasp. You can't put that kind of pressure on me. I won't be the reason you're miserable for the rest of your life. You don't get to do this to me, Kane. You're not walking away from music. What you 2 have is magic, and I won't be slandered as some fucking Yoko Ono. Kane shrugs.
Lennon did some good work after the Beatles. So did McCartney.
But they were never the same.
You better forgive Lars, then.
I want to forgive Lars. There's nothing I want more than to be in the arms of these 2 men. But the pain of the past still sits heavy on my heart, and as much as I want to shake it off, I can't. Logically, I understand we were kids, not even the average kind. The trauma of our respective homes did so much damage, leaving scars inside and out. We were kids from dysfunctional homes. We were broken in so many ways. Until we found each other, we didn't know what love was. That's why my heart hurt so badly when I no longer had them to turn to. Kane frames my face with his large hands.
We love you, Billy. We've always loved you. I promise you'll never regret it if you come back to us.
He kisses my head and pulls me to him.
Come back to us.
Where is he? I whisper against Kane's solid chest.
In our suite. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a huge-ass bill for the damage and never be welcomed back. Chapter 16. Kane. Now. Billy jumps as a bottle flies across the room. The glass shatters against the wall, leaving a trail of liquid. Lars has trashed the room. Between the broken bottles and destroyed furniture, it looks like a motel doubling as a crack den rather than a 5-star hotel in the Upper West Side.
Look who it is.
Lars mumbles, picking up another bottle as he weaves toward us.
This was a mistake.
Billy sighs. I wrap my arm around her waist and hoist her against me before turning to Lars. You're a fucking idiot, man. You think this shit is going to have her running back to you?
She's never coming back to me. I could cut my primary artery and bleed dry to prove how much I love her. But that won't do shit. Not only won't she come back to me, but she'll leave me too.
He brings the bottle to his mouth and takes a swig.
All I'll ever be is a worthless piece of shit. Just like my mama told me. She knew what I was. She saw right through me, even when she was fucked up on whatever poisonous cocktail she shoved into her system.
My heart stutters. Shit. Is he drunk for real? That's fucking bullshit, I argue. She was sick, Lars. I've never seen an addict like your mom, and I've been around a lot of junkies. Your mother's disease had progressed so far that she was blind to everything, even the damn sun. She loved you, Lars. Deep down, she loved you more than anything. Then...
Was your mom always a junkie?
Lars asked, packing my guitar in its case. I lit a joint, taking a haul. Yes, I was born addicted. My mom's been an addict since she was 16.
I thought your dad had rules about not being around addicts.
He does. He didn't realize she was a junkie when he got with her. She showed up with one of her friends, and my dad almost tripped over his tongue talking to her.
Your dad was giving her drugs while she was pregnant? Doesn't she have to hide that shit from him now?
No. I shook my head. 9 months later, my dad got a call from Child Services informing him that he was a proud papa to a bouncing baby boy. He got my mom clean for 4 years, but I guess a junkie shouldn't live with a smack dealer.
You're lucky.
Shots fired. I lunged for him, pushed him to the ground, and climbed on top of him. If you were anyone else, I'd pummel your fucking face. Lars winced and threw his hands up.
What the fuck, man?
I leaned forward, pinning his arms. I'm lucky because my mom's been a junkie for most of my life. I'm lucky to live this way. I assure you it wasn't lucky. My dad is a fucking monster who beats the hell out of anyone who looks at him the wrong way, even his own kid. Why do you think I practically live in this rundown shed? It's not because I want to be some emo kid. I'm in here busting my ass with music to get the fuck out of this town and never look back. Do you think I'm lucky? Did you know that the first time someone talked to me was 2 years ago when I was 16? You know what's really lucky, Lars? The first person who ever bothered to see me is the same guy who doesn't know me at all because he just called my pathetic existence lucky. I wasn't sure what came over me, how the moment went from me wanting to tear his head off to my lips crashing down on his. But the second we kissed, my world lit on fire. I would burn the world and everyone in it to keep the feeling forever. Lars didn't push me away. His head rose and his tongue clashed with mine in desperate need. Lars moaned as I pressed my hard dick against him. I moved my hands from his arms beneath his head, yanking his hair as he pulled mine. A hiss fell from my lips as Lars's hand glided between us and into my sweatpants. The friction of his hand on my dick was a bolt of lightning flowing from my head to my toes. Fuck, I moaned, lost in the sensation. I pulled away from him and rose, desperate for more. Lars's eyes widened as my cock sprang free, pointing like an arrow. I'd known I was bisexual for a long time. I'd been with other guys, but I wasn't sure about Lars. As much as I wanted him in every way, I wouldn't risk everything we'd built for a quick fuck. If we're gonna do this, we do it. No half-ass bullshit. You better be sure you want it for real. I'm not dealing with you changing your mind in the morning. Lars leaned on his elbows and nodded.
Yeah, I've jerked off to you. I've wanted to fuck you for a while. Didn't expect you to be so huge.
His admission shocked me. You into guys?
I'm about the connection.
Lars rose to his knees, his mouth less than an inch from my cock. His tongue flicked out and he licked the pre-cum from the tip.
I don't care about gender.
I gazed down at Lars. Images of him choking on my dick bombarded my mind. I, like it rough. I can go slow the first time, but I'm into violent sex. Lars laughed.
I've seen your porn stash. I'm well aware of the shit you like.
He rubs the back of his head, his cheeks turning pink.
I choke myself when I jerk off, but I can't keep it going. I've thought about asking people I've been with, but I don't trust them enough not to strangle me to death.
Fuck. I stepped away from him, heading to the small table by the mattress. I didn't sleep in the shack, but I kept blankets and other things handy in case Lars or Trevor needed to crash. Pulling the drawer open, I took out the lube. I turned back to Lars. How do you feel about spankings?
I like pain. I got into fights just to get the shit kicked out of me. My dick can take a lot, too. Punching, biting, all that shit does it for me. But I like to be the bitch, and in charge.
I like my ass fucked, so that's not a problem. I grabbed my pocket knife from the table and presented it to Lars. My thing is cutting and the taste of blood. I won't cut you. It's a little fucked up for other people, but when you taught me, I want you to know I'm into it. My gaze moved down Lars's body to his hard rock, straining to be released from his restrictive genes. Say the word red for me to stop, green to keep going, and yellow to slow down. I held up my index and middle finger. If you can't talk, tap any part of my body with these two fingers. These two only. I won't stop if you use your entire hand. I expect you to fight back. It's human instinct. You like dirty talk?
Yes, very much.
I nodded. Strip. Lars quickly shoved his clothes off his body, kicking them to the side. His body was a fucking work of art. Lean muscles, and I was ashamed to admit it, but the scars inflicted in neglect had my cock ready to explode. In a fucked up way, the scars on his body called to my need to cut up my skin. With 2 strides, I grabbed Lars by the throat and slammed him on the ground before sitting on his face. Be a good boy and shove your tongue in my ass. Prove to me that all you are is my pathetic little bitch. The tip of Lars's tongue delved into my ass. His cock twitched as he ate my ass eagerly like a man starved. Bending, I pulled him into my mouth, relishing the salty flavor of his skin. I loved sucking dick, having it fill my mouth, and knowing that the motion of my tongue could bring a man to his knees. But Lars's cock represented more than the power I got from the deed. I lowered my head until my nose touched his soft balls, forcing myself to gag. I had an intense desire to flood my mouth with his cum, to taste him, swallow his essence, and connect us in a whole new way. He moaned but didn't let up on my ass. The deeper I swallowed his cock, the further his tongue pushed into my asshole. Pulling back, I drooled on his dick before lifting his legs, spreading them wide, and spitting directly on his ass. You've got a hot little asshole, baby boy. I rubbed the tip of my index in a circular motion on his puckered anus, and Lars jerked. I can't wait to stretch it nice and wide with my big cock.
Please.
Lars's plea shocked me. Maybe he was dirtier than I thought. I slowly pushed my finger inside, letting him feel the friction with the use of my spit alone. I love it when you beg, baby boy.
Oh, fuck. That hurts.
Color? I slipped my finger back and forth in his ass.
Green. Fuck. Green. I told you, I like pain.
I continued fingering his ass and licked the underside of his ballsack.
Add another finger.
I moved to grab the lube.
Don't use the lube. Not yet. Just spit. I like the spit. Fuck, is it normal to want to be spat on? If someone did that out on the streets, I'd fucking punch their face in. But with you, I like it. A lot. Why the fuck do I like it?
You like degradation. It's more common than you think. I spat on my finger in his ass before sliding in a second with methodical care. Lars might think he could handle an ass fucking with just spit, but that shit could tear him apart. As much as I enjoyed saying that shit in the heat of the moment, I'd never cause him actual harm.
Fuck. Thank you.
If someone told me I'd go feral being thanked during sex, I'd have called them crazy. But those words from Lars's mouth were like a mind-altering blowjob. Whose ass is this?
Yours. This ass belongs to you, Master.
Master? Jesus, Lars might make me blow my load right here and now. That's right, baby boy. This is my ass. I swallowed his cock, taking him to the root. I grazed my teeth against him all the way to the tip before I allowed him to pop out. And this cock is mine. I'm going to put it to excellent use.
Kane. Fuck.
I bit his thigh. It's master to you, slut. Know your place, you worthless little fuckboy.
Sorry, Master. I've wanted this so much. Since last week when I swung by and watched you jerk off. I wanted you to fill my mouth with all that cum. I came back that night and spilled in my hand, pretending I was fucking your mouth. Know what your pathetic little slut did after?
Tell me, slut, I demanded.
I pretended the cum on my hand was yours, and I licked it up like a good cum dump. Does that make you happy, Master? I'm a cum-loving whore.
That did it. I wanted to come, and the only acceptable place was Lars's puckered asshole while I spanked him. I wanted to flood him with cum and watch it drip onto the floor before making him clean it with his tongue. Getting off him, I ordered him to turn around. Get on all fours like the bitch you are.
Yes, Master.
Lars raised his knees, presenting that perfect ass to me. My hand came down hard and fast on his right cheek, making Lars moan. You like that, whore? You like having my handprint on your ass, marking you as my cheap whore?
Yes, Master. More. Give me more.
Picking up the lube, I poured it down Lars's lower back before rubbing it in his ass crack. I lined my cock up with his asshole and pushed in slowly.
Please, Master, fill me with your big dick. Make it hurt, please. I want it to hurt when I sit down. Fuck me so hard that I'll fill you up my ass long after it's done. Use me until you fill my asshole with your cum.
My palm connected with Lars's ass. You've got a gutter mouth on you. Bet you've dreamed about me fucking this tight little ass. Lars groaned, the sound a mixture of pain and pleasure. I wanted the sex between us to be safe, for Lars to know that I'd accept and love him no matter what. A part of me wanted to be tender, something I'd never been before. Usually I fucked and ducked out because my partners were just a warm body or a vacant hole. But with Lars it was so much more. It was almost spiritual. I bent, kissing the burn marks on his shoulder.
Don't do that,
Lars said as he pushed away. I ignored his plea and traced my hand along the bumps and ridges. Some of the marks were circular from the cherry of a cigarette. Others were third-degree burns, creating dips that must have eaten down to bone, never to fully repair. How did they happen?
The cigarettes are from an old boyfriend she had. He liked to use me as a human ashtray. Suppose I should feel lucky because I've heard of pimps doing much worse to the kids of Strawberries. If you think about it, those kids are perfect victims. A strung-out mom who cares more about her next high than if her kid eats. Not a far stretch to think she'd sell her kid if she had to. Guess I should be lucky that my mom never got to that point. The others are from when she threw a pot of boiling oil at me because she thought I'd stolen her drugs. Stupid bitch had finished her stash the night before. I was 9. She held my head down and slowly dripped the oil at first. But when I kept telling her I didn't have her drugs, she poured the rest. Held me down and didn't get me help. Said if she took me to the hospital, they'd take me away, and we couldn't have that. Did I tell you she was a nurse? She may have been good back when she was sober, but as a junkie, she did a piss-poor job.
My heart ached for him. We both had fucked up situations, but at least my father protected me. He might have done nothing else, but he was adamant that his business and my mother's addiction didn't touch me. That was the moment I knew that the neglect I experienced, the lack of love, empathy, and compassion, could have been worse. It could have been abuse, terror, and violence.
They're ugly,
Lars whispered. These scars are evidence that you're a survivor, and that makes them beautiful. Lars's voice cracked, and he cleared his throat.
Can you go back to what we were doing before?
I'll give you those parts, Lars. I'll fuck you like an animal and treat you like a whore. But I'll also love you. My body stilled as soon as the word left my lips. Love. A word I hadn't used in 12 years since I was 6.
Love?
Lars asked. His question was like a bullet tearing through my heart. I could brush it off, act cool like it was a slip because I was about to nut. He'd buy it because tons of guys our age said idiotic shit to get laid. But it would be a lie. Instead, I kissed his shoulder and admitted the truth. I've loved you from the moment I talked to you. Something drew me to you. That's why this isn't a one-time thing, Lars. I want this for as long as you'll allow me to have it. My balls tightened, and my body stilled with the most mind-blowing orgasm I'd ever experienced. Lars was the first person I'd ever fucked that I cared about. I'd heard people say sex was better when emotions were involved, and I would have said it was drivel before tonight. But after being with Lars, I understood it was an absolute truth. I pulled out of Lars. Don't move. Bending, I pulled his ass apart, enjoying how my cum slowly trickled from his hole. I grabbed his cock and delved my tongue into his asshole, tasting myself while bringing Lars to the edge.
Fuck. I'm gonna come.
He screamed as ropes of hot liquid coated my palm. Gripping his hair, I lifted Lars, placed him on his back, and presented him with my cum-stained hand before sucking my fingers dry.
Can I please have some?
Lars asked. I wrapped my hand firmly around his throat, restricting his breath. He parted his lips, and I spat our combined cum into his mouth before crushing my lips to his.
Chapter 17. Lars. Now. A haze clouds my mind. Thoughts of Billy, my rage, and self-pity collide, making logic impossible. Kane steps close and wraps his hand around my throat, subduing me by forcing me to my knees.
Calm the fuck down!
Kane, what are you doing?
Billy screeches, kicking out at him.
Kane, stop! Look at him, he can't breathe.
Maybe that's not a bad thing. He's not doing himself or anyone else any good breathing right now.
Billy lowers her head, sinking her teeth into Kane's arm. She doesn't let go, and blood trickles from her mouth, gliding along his skin. Kane laughs as he grabs her.
You forget that shit turns me on. Is it an invitation to fuck you?
Billy kicks out again, missing his legs with each swing.
Put me down, you moron! What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you on something other than weed?
Kane holds her with one hand as if she weighs no more than a feather. If it comes to it, Kane could subdue us both.
I don't touch chemicals. I'm so sick and tired of his bullshit. He needs to heal, and I'm gonna make him. If any part of you still cares about him, Tinkerbell, you'll sit on that chair over there and keep your mouth shut while I deal with him.
I expect Billy to tear into him, call him names and storm out of the room, but to my surprise, when Kane puts her down, Billy nods and sits in the chair. Kane's focus returns to me, where I kneel before him.
Now to deal with you. Your mouth has been off the rails, so I think it's time to fill it.
He pulls his pants down, and his cock bobs in front of my face.
Open up, baby boy.
Parting my lips is difficult because of Kane's grip on my throat, but I like it. My dick is hard and ready at the idea of losing consciousness from strangulation. I've often wondered why I get off on asphyxiation. When I was younger, I assumed it was because I was fucked in the head, but that's not the case. Being choked out allows my brain to shut down. When I'm clamoring to draw breath, I can't focus on the other dramas infesting my life. The act centers me. Guess you could say breath play is my personal method of therapy.
Kane, he can't breathe.
Billy's voice is a gentle whisper in the background.
He needs it. Trust me, I've been doing this shit to him for 10 years. Grab the belt on the dresser.
Billy looks uncertain.
Why? What are you going to do with it?
God damn it, Billy, if you don't grab that belt, I'll stop what I'm doing and turn your ass black and blue. Now be a good girl, shut the fuck up, and do as you're told.
Billy jumps out of the chair and hurries to the dresser, grabbing the belt and placing it in Kane's free hand. I'm not surprised she didn't sass him. In her heart, Billy is a sub, and Kane is a true dominant. She doesn't stand a chance. I gasp for breath as Kane's fingers loosen on my neck, but my relief is short-lived as he replaces his hand with the cool leather of the belt. My mouth closes, and Kane pulls the belt, constricting my airway.
I didn't tell you to shut your mouth, baby boy.
Gasps explode from my mouth, bombarding the room, and my hands instinctively fly to the belt.
Kane, stop!
Billy, you think I'd do this if we had nothing put into place? He knows what to do if it's too much.
What if he doesn't?
Billy asks, her voice barely a whisper.
Oh, Billy, you're not that special. Don't get me wrong, we fucking love you, and we'll do anything to get you back. But he's not gonna kill himself for you. He knows what suicide does to the people you leave behind, and he'd never do that to you and me. If he did, I'd chase him to hell and torture him for all eternity.
Kane's right. I would never off myself. Suicide doesn't stop the pain. It simply spreads to those left behind. Trevor killed himself because life's burdens were too much for him, but he never thought about the void once he was gone. His memory is a tear in our existence, something we'll never forget. Even the band name is in remembrance of Trevor, something to hold on to, a little piece of what we could have been. Kane's large cock slaps my face and my lips open for him. I gag instantly as saliva fills my mouth. Kane likes a sloppy blowjob, the wetter the better. For him, spit is an added layer that feels good and fosters my humiliation with little effort. Lightheadedness and the notion that I'm going to barf or pass out invades my mind. I ponder the many times Kane knocked me out. It's one of his many perversions as he records my unconscious humiliation.
That's it, baby boy. Take what you need like a good boy.
Kane's words are soothing. They comfort me and lull my self-loathing.
He's always been like this,
Kane says, holding my head down with brute force.
Lars gets in his own head and spirals. He acts out when he's hurt or confused, causing more harm instead of fixing what's wrong. Loving Lars isn't easy. He'll lash out. He'll send your world into utter chaos. But he'll also jump in front of a moving car for you, give you the shirt off his back, and never be disloyal. He's always been dominant with you during sex, but he's what we call a switch. He needs to be in charge and be used. When he spins out, it's the only way I know to settle him. So at moments like this, I push his boundaries, invade his space, and take control.
Billy frowns.
Does it work?
Kane gazes down at me, and the last thing I hear him say is,
It has in the past.
Then everything goes black.
Chapter 18. Billy. Now. Kane! I scream, jumping out of the chair. Fuck! Do something! Kane gently lowers Lars's limp body to the floor.
He's fine. We've done this before. He's just passed out.
My fist slams into Kane's chest. What the fuck is wrong with the two of you? What is this shit?
It's me giving the man I love what he needs.
Kane spits, anger lacing his words.
You gonna join me or judge me?
I remain silent because I'm unsure what my response should be. A part of me longs to touch them. It's something I've always wanted. Even when I thought I was hate-fucking them, I wanted more. But as I gaze at Lars on the ground, he looks so peaceful. Maybe Kane is right? Kane rummages in the pocket of his discarded jeans, pulling out his cell. He walks to a small table by the sofa and balances the phone.
I record it. He knows this happens.
You've done this before?
Yes, he gets out of hand, I put him down and do what I want.
Kane explains uncomfortably. He's being honest about this shit show, but it's evident he finds this conversation difficult. What do I need to do?
Get naked.
What? Is this some fucked up way to bang me again?
Tinkerbell, I don't have to set shit up to bang you. You know that as well as I do. If it was about banging, all I'd have to do is ask and you'd be on your knees, mouth open, begging for a taste.
I can't have sex with you right now.
Oh?
Kane's eyes narrow.
Why is that?
I got my period last night. Kane raises his eyebrow and a slow, seductive smirk forms on his full lips.
That sounds like a bonus if you ask me. Seems like you've forgotten my poison of choice, Billy. Strip.
Kane's words are a sick form of foreplay. It seems that penetration is on the table with Kane when I'm menstruating, along with everything else. His lust for blood is one of my favorite things about him. But I don't care what anyone says. Sex on your period is a whole different beast. My sense of moral indignation urges me to protest, to tell Kane that I'll do no such thing. But the little whorish voice I've bottled up for 10 years is chanting in excitement like a cheerleader at a Super Bowl game. The slutty cheerleader wins, and the feminist woman is kicked to the curb. I pull down my pants, realizing that on my tombstone they will write, Wilhelmina Elizabeth Richmond, the girl controlled by her vagina, not her mind. I gaze at Kane as he walks toward me with a sly, sexy smirk. He glides his fingers up my arm and down my torso to fist the hem of my shirt. He yanks it over my head and discards it on top of a broken whiskey bottle on the floor. I close my eyes as his fingertips brush my bottom lip.
Have you ever dreamed about lips? I've dreamed about these.
I finally understand what flutters are, because they've taken over every inch of my body. I'm a giant flutter party. My fingers twitch with anticipation. My lips tingle with need. My heart beats with longing, and my vagina throbs with desire. My dignity is a forgotten memory as Kane kisses along my collarbone until his lips find mine. His roaming hands move down my body until they flirt with the elastic of my panties. Heat flares as his fingers dive in, parting my pussy lips and pressing against my clit. He grips my underwear with his other hand.
You won't be needing these.
He growls before tearing them from my body. His hands splay over my thighs.
Spread them.
Perverse humiliation runs through me. The idea of sex while on my period is a barrier I've never been able to break. But I realize my belief is idiotic. Our periods are a means to foster life, but society paints a contrived narrative labeling it as dirty. My eyes flutter shut as I focus on the blissful sensations and banish the societal shame. Kane pulls out my tampon and dangles it in front of my face.
We won't be needing this.
He falls to his knees and latches his mouth to my center.
Fuck, I need this.
I clasped the wall behind me, desperate for an anchor so I don't crumble to the floor under the passionate lashes of Kane's tongue. I'm sure you've had girls lining up for Blaze to eat them out. Kane bites my clit.
I've never done this to any other girl. I've never wanted to.
I freeze at Kane's confession. The man is a bona fide rock star who enjoys eating out a girl on her period. That's not a needle in a haystack, it's a needle in a damn cornfield. I allow my body to relax, but the moment I turn my head, I see Lars unconscious on the floor. Are you just gonna leave him there, or do you have some grand plan? I ask, looking down at Kane as he pulls his head from between my legs. His lips and cheeks are covered in blood.
Don't worry, Tinkerbell. We'll take good care of him.
He rises and takes my hand, walking us to Lars.
I guess I can take care of you both at the same time.
Kane goes to the kitchen and grabs a pair of scissors. He cuts Lars's shirt from hem to collar and tears it off him to expose his chest. My eyes roam over the various tattoos adorning his body. My and Kane's dates of birth. Kane's old beaten-up guitar. Lasagna. The chorus of Disarm. The old building where we all went to Naranon meetings. His body is a tribute to his life and everything and everyone that means something to him. The most poignant tattoos are the dates his mother and Trevor died.
You should see his back,
Kane says before gently turning Lars over to reveal the enormous portrait. My face at 18. Tears flowing from my eyes as I walked away from a dock. Our dock. Kane wraps his arms around me and whispers,
"We never forgot you, Billy. You're a part of us."
He nips at my earlobe and bends me forward so my head is directly over Lars's hard cock.
Chapter 19. Kane. Now. I line my cock up with Billy's slick entrance. Remember when I told you I'd fucked other women?
Yes. I don't want to hear about your whores when you're about to fuck me.
A hiss escapes my lips as I thrust into her, wrapping myself in her warmth. I lied before. I've never been with another woman, nor has Lars.
What?
You're the only woman, Billy. It's always been you. I won't lie, we tried. So many times. We thought if we fucked someone who looked like you, we'd get you out of our systems. But we couldn't. I couldn't even get it up. Me of all people. Because they weren't you, Billy.
Then why didn't you come for me? If I hadn't taken this assignment, you wouldn't even be in this position.
How do you think you got the assignment, Billy? Billy's head snaps back, but I ignore her. My movements speed up as if I'm racing to the finish line. I need her right here, fucking her as I tell her everything. The magazine tried to get an interview for years. You know we've never given one. Sure, reporters come to press meetings and ask a question here or there, but we never agreed to an exclusive. When I found out that Vinyl hired you, I called them. My only non-negotiable was that you were the reporter. Shit, I didn't even ask them to keep our identity off the record. It was Kay who did that.
I had no idea.
Billy huffs, pushing her ass into me. I fist her long dark hair and yank her head back. Why don't you show me some gratitude and suck Lars's dick?
He's passed out.
I point to the phone recording us. Don't worry, Billy. He'll appreciate it during the playback.
Kane, he won't even know what's going on.
You kink-shaming him?
I'm worried. Doesn't a chokehold cause brain damage? I thought he'd wake up once you let go.
I laugh.
This isn't funny.
I grip her hips and paws inside her, holding her to me. He has sleeping pills. I threw half a pill in his drink.
What the fuck, Kane? You can't mix sleeping pills with alcohol. What's wrong with you?
I pull out of her and hoist her to me. Lars doesn't drink. Billy turns her head, eyes locked with mine.
Yes, he does. I saw him with the whiskey bottle.
Stepping away from Billy, I walk over to the various liquor bottles by the table and hand one to her. Grey Goose. Billy shakes her head.
I don't really drink.
Neither does he. Smell it. Hesitant hands grip the neck of the bottle and Billy brings it to her nose.
Water?
Yes, it's an act. Kay's idea. What kind of rock stars with our image live sober? Marley and Iggy drink, but Lars and I don't. After what happened with you, he spiraled and it got pretty bad. He was drunk every night. I can deal with a lot of things, but I won't stand by and watch another person I love become a slave to an addiction. Guess I was lucky 'cause Lars loved me more than booze. He got clean and hasn't had a drink in 9 years.
Lars is an alcoholic?
Not sure. He went months without a drink, but his binges were bad. They lasted for weeks. He goes to meetings now. That was why we decided to wear masks on stage, so we could stop into a meeting in any town and not worry about fans recognizing him.
But even when we met, Why did he pretend then?
I chuckle. He wanted you to think he didn't give a fuck. He's scared of being abandoned by you, Billy. He figured you'd leave anyway and his heart would be broken. He thought if he was the villain, he wouldn't feel rejected when you left. Billy gazes at Lars lovingly. I grab her waist and push her down. Let's get on with this.
He's knocked out cold, Kane. He can't consent.
He consents. If you want, I can pull out the videos. We've been doing this for years. I discovered I got off on somnophilia, and he got off on watching the video after. I thrust into Billy roughly as she opens her mouth to speak again, digging my fingers into her flesh. Billy, I love you, I really do. But it's time for you to be a good girl. Shut the fuck up and suck some dick. I pushed 2 fingers into her pussy, rubbing them against my dick to cover them in her blood before smearing them over her body. Fucking beautiful. I grunt, staring at my bloody fingerprints plastered all over her bare back. I push my fingers into her pussy again, covering them in crimson before sucking her off me. You're such a good girl for letting Daddy taste your bloody cunt until he's nice and full. Billy moans each time I dip into her cunt, savoring the sensation of being stuffed full as she gags on Lars's dick. That's it, pretty girl. Choke on that fat dick until your throat is raw. Billy pushes back against my dick, begging for more. Remember what to do if you want it to end, I say, pressing my foot to her head and holding her firmly against Lars. Her thrashing body sends a thrill through me. The next time you hesitate to jump when I give you an order, you'll be the one passed out on the floor. You know the rules, Tinkerbell. Follow them. Billy moans and moves her hand between her legs. Did that make you horny, my little slut? Is your pathetic cunt begging to come? Only good girls get to come, Billy, and you're nothing but a bloody fuckhole. Heaven is the 2 people below me, the 2 halves of my heart, my future, my past, my everything. My thrusts increase in tempo, and my fingers dig into Billy's flesh as I explode, releasing into her warm, tight cunt just as Billy's mouth floods with Lars's cum. Fuck, I missed this. I lift her off the ground and press my mouth to hers. My tongue delves between her lips as I gather Lars's cum. Billy smiles at me as I push her to the ground. I spread her legs, opening her pussy wide. Bending, I gaze at her face before spitting the cum on her swollen clit.
Kane.
Tell me what you want, Tinkerbell. Be my filthy little slut and demand I eat out your cunt. Force me to lick it clean for you, baby. Without a word, Billy grips my head and shoves it into her pussy. I lap at the cum, paying attention to her clit before latching my mouth onto her vaginal opening and sucking her orgasm dry.
Chapter 20. Lars. Now. The smell of sex invades my senses as I open my eyes to see Kane's smug face. He places a cup of coffee on the bedside table and smirks.
Good morning, sunshine. Figured you needed this after last night.
He shakes his phone in the air.
You slept like a bear, but I got the party on video for you.
I turn my head to see a very naked Billy gazing at me with a giant smile on her beautiful face. Ignoring Kane, I roll over, supporting my weight on my forearms, and stare at her. You're here. She brushes back the hair that's flopped onto my forehead.
I am.
You're staying?
I am.
I love you. I turn to Kane. And you. I stop as I take in his bare chest, something I haven't seen in years. Is that why you always wear a shirt? I nod to the tattoo. A broken heart. One half a portrait of Billy, and the other of me. The date Trevor died sits in the middle.
Yes,
Kane says, rubbing his chest.
I wasn't sure how you'd feel about it. You were spiraling, and it was another thing that could have set you off. We were doing okay. You were better. It was easier to wear the shirts and keep this for myself.
My eyes meet Kane's, my one constant, the person who stuck by me when I didn't deserve it. He brought me back from my pain time and again, refusing to let it take me under. I love you, Kane. Kane smiles as he places one knee on the bed. He reaches down to massage my balls with one hand and grabs Billy's tit with the other.
How about we watch that video while fucking our girl?
You fucked the reporter?
Kay's scream makes Billy jump. She hops out of bed, pulling the sheets behind her. Her eyes narrow as she steps toward Kay.
What the fuck? Do you make it a habit to walk in on them?
Kay gestures toward my rock-hard cock, pointing at the ceiling.
No, I've never seen their dicks until now.
Billy is so mortified that she rips the sheet off herself and throws it over my midsection. I look down and smirk. Now I've got a ghost dick. Kane bursts out laughing. Billy throws a pillow at his face.
This isn't funny. Random women barging into your hotel room don't give me the warm and fuzzies. You said I was the only one.
You are. Kay's never been on the radar.
Keep your eyes to yourself, Kay, I warn when I catch her eyes roaming over Billy's body.
Sweetheart, they don't have the right anatomy.
Kay says with a smirk.
You, on the other hand. Oh.
Billy pulls the sheet off me and covers herself. Kay chuckles and turns her attention to Kane and me.
What the hell are you two doing, fucking the reporter?
I shake my head. She's not a reporter. Well, she is, but she's also ours. Now, unless you have anything of real importance to say, see yourself out.
What do you mean, ours?
Kay asks suspiciously.
Their girlfriend, Kay. I'm their fucking girlfriend. Girlfriend? These two don't have girlfriends.
Kay, if you don't stop harassing our wife and get the fuck out of our room, I'll fire your ass.
Your wife?
Kay and Billy ask in unison. Kane nods.
Yes, our wife. Girlfriend isn't important enough for what you are, Tinkerbell.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Kay curses, throwing her hands in the air as she walks away.
Just don't create extra work for me.
As soon as the hotel room door slams behind her, Kane turns to Billy and me.
Now, where were we?
Epilogue. 3 years later. Billy.
That's it, baby. Grip my cock with your dirty fuckhole.
Lars whispers in my ear. He pulls out and Kane sucks his cock before he shoves it back inside me.
Come on, guys.
Marley whines, pounding on the other side of the green room door.
We gotta get on stage.
Lars kisses my shoulder.
They'll have a good show tonight.
I turn to look at him, but Kane grabs me and forces me to bend over so my face is flat on the table. I look at the fruit platter as my ass cheeks are pulled apart and spit lands on my anus, followed by slow licks.
After the show, I'm gonna have you on all fours begging me to fuck this pretty little asshole.
Fingers spread my pussy lips and something enters me. I'm not sure what it is until Lars places the tip of a glistening baby carrot to his lips and takes a bite.
Gotta have something to hold me over.
I smile and shake my head. My men. From the moment I agreed to be with them, they've been insatiable. The three of us fuck, morning, noon, and night. Sometimes I wake up with their cocks in my pussy. This morning, I woke up with my pussy and face covered in cum, and Kane held me down as my men cleaned me with their tongues. I've learned that I love every single thing about our dirty games. Kane and Lars own my pussy, ass, and mouth. But most of all, they own my heart. Lars brings the carrot to my mouth, and I open wide without him asking. He smiles as I take a bite.
God, you're so fucking hot. I'm gonna be on that stage with a raging boner, baby. Should we lube up Kane's ass so I can give him a fresh load? I can do it before the encore so he can drip it into your mouth. I like the idea of my cum in your mouth during the encore.
I narrow my eyes at Lars. All the filthy talk is designed to keep me horny and on edge. Recently, the guys discovered that if they made me horny and didn't allow me to come, I went so insane with the need for an orgasm, I'd do whatever they wanted. Lars laughs.
Maybe we'll keep you horny until the next show.
You wouldn't dare, I snap, on the verge of sexually frustrated tears.
Is that a challenge, Billy Goat?
I'm about to answer when my pussy and ass are invaded by something slender. I usually like something thicker when I'm double penetrated, but I'm so horny and pathetic that I'll take whatever they give me.
I'd like to see you fuck yourself with a dildo at a Michelin star restaurant. Watching you behave like a whore in a fancy place does it for me.
I back into the objects, desperate for any sensation that might allow me to come. Please, let me come.
That's it, Tinkerbell. Beg like the pathetic whore you are. Do a good enough job and maybe we'll let you come.
Kane enjoys hearing me talk dirty. The filthier, the better. Our role play is always intense, and the fouler my words, the more feral he becomes. If he wants to be an insufferable tease, two can play at that game. Please, Daddy, fuck your baby girl. My pussy is desperate. I'll do whatever you want. You can take me onto that stage and watch all your fans come in me. I'll stand in front of your groupies and let them shame me by calling me a pathetic whore. I'll push all the cum they pump into me in a dog bowl and lick it clean to make you happy. Please, Daddy, I'm so desperate. I turn my head to see what Kane has put in my holes. He stands there smirking as he holds the ends of his drumsticks.
Such a beautiful slut, aren't you, Billy?
A frustrated moan escapes my lips when Kane pulls out the drumsticks and slaps my ass.
Gotta go to work. Be a good girl and we'll take care of you after the show.
Lars tosses me my Gutless Void t-shirt as I shove my legs into my black leggings. You're both insufferable assholes. You know that? Lars wraps his arms around me and kisses my lips.
But you love us.
I smile, despite my desire to pout. I do. Very much. The guys put on their infamous gas masks before taking my hand and heading backstage. A stagehand runs up to Lars and hands him a microphone as Kane, Marley, and Iggy walk on stage to their meticulously placed instruments.
You all should consider yourselves lucky,
Lars announces, gazing at me lovingly.
Kane and I were with our muse, and you know how hard it is to drag us away from our love.
The crowd goes wild, and awes echo around the amphitheater. Lars winks at me as he sings, and my body ignites in a shiver. That man, my man, has the voice of heaven wrapped in hell, bliss, and brimstone. What the fuck? Kay whispers beside me. Oh, hey, Kay, I yell over the music. Her gaze is riveted to the stage. I turn to see Lars's head pressed against Kane's as he belts out the song. Sugar. I turn beet red as he sings the lyrics.
Licking up sin, wrapped in heaven. Nothing's as sweet, not even sugar.
Lars drags his tongue over Kane's mask and the crowd loses their minds. Girls clamor to get onto the stage while security holds them back. My cheeks burn. The keyboard kicks in and Kane grips his drumsticks. Lars gets on his knees while Kane stands over him, sucking the ends of the drumsticks that were inside me minutes ago. Oh, God, they're going to make these women feral tonight, Kay says. How do you deal with this? I shrug. We belong to each other. I smile at my men. Crazy, funny, broken, strong, talented, lovable, and all mine. This is Samantha Brentmore. We hope you enjoyed this production of Rudimentary Distortion, written by Mila Crawford. Performed in duet by J.F. Harding, Gregory Salinas, and Samantha Brentmore. Copyright 2024, Mila Crawford. Production copyright 2024, Mila Crawford. Presented by Audibly Addicted Productions. turning Lars over to reveal the enormous portrait. My face at 18, tears flowing from my eyes as I walked away from a dock. Our dock. Kane wraps his arms around me and whispers,
"We never forgot you, Billy. You're a part of us."
He nips at my earlobe and bends me forward so my head is directly over Lars's hard cock.
Chapter 19. Kane. Now. I line my cock up with Billy's slick entrance. Remember when I told you I'd fucked other women?
Yes. I don't want to hear about your whores when you're about to fuck me.
A hiss escapes my lips as I thrust into her, wrapping myself in her warmth. I lied before. I've never been with another woman, nor has Lars.
What?
You're the only woman, Billy. It's always been you. I won't lie, we tried. So many times. We thought if we fucked someone who looked like you, we'd get you out of our systems. But we couldn't. I couldn't even get it up. Me of all people. Because they weren't you, Billy.
Then why didn't you come for me? If I hadn't taken this assignment, you wouldn't even be in this position.
How do you think you got the assignment, Billy? Billy's head snaps back, but I ignore her. My movements speed up as if I'm racing to the finish line. I need her right here, fucking her as I tell her everything. The magazine tried to get an interview for years. You know we've never given one. Sure, reporters come to press meetings and ask a question here or there, but we never agreed to an exclusive. When I found out that Vinyl hired you, I called them. My only non-negotiable was that you were the reporter. Shit, I didn't even ask them to keep our identity off the record. It was Kay who did that.
I had no idea.
Billy huffs, pushing her ass into me. I fist her long dark hair and yank her head back. Why don't you show me some gratitude and suck Lars's dick?
He's passed out.
I point to the phone recording us. Don't worry, Billy. He'll appreciate it during the playback.
Kane, he won't even know what's going on.
You kink-shaming him?
I'm worried. Doesn't a chokehold cause brain damage? I thought he'd wake up once you let go.
I laugh.
This isn't funny.
I grip her hips and paws inside her, holding her to me. He has sleeping pills. I threw half a pill in his drink.
What the fuck, Kane? You can't mix sleeping pills with alcohol. What's wrong with you?
I pull out of her and hoist her to me. Lars doesn't drink. Billy turns her head, eyes locked with mine.
Yes, he does. I saw him with the whiskey bottle.
Stepping away from Billy, I walk over to the various liquor bottles by the table and hand one to her. Grey Goose. Billy shakes her head.
I don't really drink.
Neither does he. Smell it. Hesitant hands grip the neck of the bottle and Billy brings it to her nose.
Water?
Yes, it's an act. Kay's idea. What kind of rock stars with our image live sober? Marley and Iggy drink, but Lars and I don't. After what happened with you, he spiraled and it got pretty bad. He was drunk every night. I can deal with a lot of things, but I won't stand by and watch another person I love become a slave to an addiction. Guess I was lucky 'cause Lars loved me more than booze. He got clean and hasn't had a drink in 9 years.
Lars is an alcoholic?
Not sure. He went months without a drink, but his binges were bad. They lasted for weeks. He goes to meetings now. That was why we decided to wear masks on stage, so we could stop into a meeting in any town and not worry about fans recognizing him.
But even when we met, why did he pretend then?
I chuckle. He wanted you to think he didn't give a fuck. He's scared of being abandoned by you, Billy. He figured you'd leave anyway and his heart would be broken. He thought if he was the villain, he wouldn't feel rejected when you left. Billy gazes at Lars lovingly. I grab her waist and push her down. Let's get on with this.
He's knocked out cold, Kane. He can't consent.
He consents. If you want, I can pull out the videos. We've been doing this for years. I discovered I got off on somnophilia, and he got off on watching the video after. I thrust into Billy roughly as she opens her mouth to speak again, digging my fingers into her flesh. Billy, I love you, I really do. But it's time for you to be a good girl. Shut the fuck up and suck some dick. I pushed 2 fingers into her pussy, rubbing them against my dick to cover them in her blood before smearing them over her body. Fucking beautiful, I grunt, staring at my bloody fingerprints plastered all over her bare back. I push my fingers into her pussy again, covering them in crimson before sucking her off me. You're such a good girl for letting Daddy taste your bloody cunt until he's nice and full. Billy moans each time I dip into her cunt, savoring the sensation of being stuffed full as she gags on Lars's dick. That's it, pretty girl. Choke on that fat dick until your throat is raw. Billy pushes back against my dick, begging for more. Remember what to do if you want it to end, I say, pressing my foot to her head and holding her firmly against Lars. Her thrashing body sends a thrill through me. The next time you hesitate to jump when I give you an order, you'll be the one passed out on the floor. You know the rules, Tinkerbell. Follow them. Billy moans and moves her hand between her legs. Did that make you horny, my little slut? Is your pathetic cunt begging to come? Only good girls get to come, Billy, and you're nothing but a bloody fuckhole. Heaven is the 2 people below me, the 2 halves of my heart, my future, my past, my everything. My thrusts increase in tempo, and my fingers dig into Billy's flesh as I explode, releasing into her warm, tight cunt just as Billy's mouth floods with Lars's cum. Fuck, I missed this. I lift her off the ground and press my mouth to hers. My tongue delves between her lips as I gather Lars's cum. Billy smiles at me as I push her to the ground. I spread her legs, opening her pussy wide. Bending, I gaze at her face before spitting the cum on her swollen clit.
Kane.
Tell me what you want, Tinkerbell. Be my filthy little slut and demand I eat out your cunt. Force me to lick it clean for you, baby. Without a word, Billy grips my head and shoves it into her pussy. I lap at the cum, paying attention to her clit before latching my mouth onto her vaginal opening and sucking her orgasm dry.
Chapter 20. Lars. Now. The smell of sex invades my senses as I open my eyes to see Kane's smug face. He places a cup of coffee on the bedside table and smirks.
Good morning, sunshine. Figured you needed this after last night.
He shakes his phone in the air.
You slept like a bear, but I got the party on video for you.
I turn my head to see a very naked Billy gazing at me with a giant smile on her beautiful face. Ignoring Kane, I roll over, supporting my weight on my forearms, and stare at her. You're here. She brushes back the hair that's flopped onto my forehead.
I am.
You're staying?
I am.
I love you. I turn to Kane. And you. I stop as I take in his bare chest, something I haven't seen in years. Is that why you always wear a shirt? I nod to the tattoo, a broken heart. One half a portrait of Billy, and the other of me. The date Trevor died sits in the middle.
Yes,
Kane says, rubbing his chest.
I wasn't sure how you'd feel about it. You were spiraling, and it was another thing that could have set you off. We were doing okay. You were better. It was easier to wear the shirts and keep this for myself.
My eyes meet Kane's, my one constant. The person who stuck by me when I didn't deserve it. He brought me back from my pain time and again, refusing to let it take me under. I love you, Kane. Kane smiles as he places one knee on the bed. He reaches down to massage my balls with one hand and grabs Billy's tit with the other.
How about we watch that video while fucking our girl?
You fucked the reporter?
Kay's scream makes Billy jump. She hops out of bed, pulling the sheets behind her. Her eyes narrow as she steps toward Kay.
What the fuck? Do you make it a habit to walk in on them?
Kay gestures toward my rock-hard cock, pointing at the ceiling.
No, I've never seen their dicks until now.
Billy is so mortified that she rips the sheet off herself and throws it over my midsection. I look down and smirk. Now I've got a ghost dick. Kane bursts out laughing. Billy throws a pillow at his face.
This isn't funny. Random women barging into your hotel room don't give me the warm and fuzzies. You said I was the only one.
You are. Kay's never been on the radar.
Keep your eyes to yourself, Kay. I warn when I catch her eyes roaming over Billy's body.
Sweetheart, they don't have the right anatomy.
Kay says with a smirk.
You, on the other hand. Oh.
Billy pulls the sheet off me and covers herself. Kay chuckles and turns her attention to Kane and me.
What the hell are you two doing, fucking the reporter?
I shake my head. She's not a reporter. Well, she is, but she's also ours. Now, unless you have anything of real importance to say, see yourself out.
What do you mean, ours?
Kay asks suspiciously.
Their girlfriend, Kay. I'm their fucking girlfriend. Girlfriend? These two don't have girlfriends.
Kay, if you don't stop harassing our wife and get the fuck out of our room, I'll fire your ass.
Your wife?
Kay and Billy ask in unison. Kane nods.
Yes, our wife. Girlfriend isn't important enough for what you are, Tinkerbell.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Kay curses, throwing her hands in the air as she walks away.
Just don't create extra work for me.
As soon as the hotel room door slams behind her, Kane turns to Billy and me.
Now, where were we?
Epilogue. 3 years later. Billy.
That's it, baby. Grip my cock with your dirty fuckhole.
Lars whispers in my ear. He pulls out and Kane sucks his cock before he shoves it back inside me.
Come on, guys.
Marley whines, pounding on the other side of the green room door.
We gotta get on stage.
Lars kisses my shoulder.
They'll have a good show tonight.
I turn to look at him, but Kane grabs me and forces me to bend over so my face is flat on the table. I look at the fruit platter as my ass cheeks are pulled apart and spit lands on my anus, followed by slow licks.
After the show, I'm gonna have you on all fours begging me to fuck this pretty little asshole.
Fingers spread my pussy lips and something enters me. I'm not sure what it is until Lars places the tip of a glistening baby carrot to his lips and takes a bite.
Gotta have something to hold me over.
I smile and shake my head. My men. From the moment I agreed to be with them, they've been insatiable. The three of us fuck, morning, noon, and night. Sometimes I wake up with their cocks in my pussy. This morning, I woke up with my pussy and face covered in cum, and Kane held me down as my men cleaned me with their tongues. I've learned that I love every single thing about our dirty games. Kane and Lars own my pussy, ass, and mouth. But most of all, they own my heart. Lars brings the carrot to my mouth, and I open wide without him asking. He smiles as I take a bite.
God, you're so fucking hot. I'm gonna be on that stage with a raging boner, baby. Should we lube up Kane's ass so I can give him a fresh load? I can do it before the encore so he can drip it into your mouth. I like the idea of my cum in your mouth during the encore.
I narrow my eyes at Lars. All the filthy talk is designed to keep me horny and on edge. Recently, the guys discovered that if they made me horny and didn't allow me to come, I went so insane with the need for an orgasm, I'd do whatever they wanted. Lars laughs.
Maybe we'll keep you horny until the next show.
You wouldn't dare, I snap, on the verge of sexually frustrated tears.
Is that a challenge, Billy Goat?
I'm about to answer when my pussy and ass are invaded by something slender. I usually like something thicker when I'm double penetrated, but I'm so horny and pathetic that I'll take whatever they give me.
I'd like to see you fuck yourself with a dildo at a Michelin star restaurant. Watching you behave like a whore in a fancy place does it for me.
I back into the objects, desperate for any sensation that might allow me to come. Please, let me come.
That's it, Tinkerbell. Beg like the pathetic whore you are. Do a good enough job and maybe we'll let you come.
Kane enjoys hearing me talk dirty. The filthier, the better. Our role play is always intense, and the fouler my words, the more feral he becomes. If he wants to be an insufferable tease, 2 can play at that game. Please, Daddy, fuck your baby girl. My pussy is desperate. I'll do whatever you want. You can take me onto that stage and watch all your fans come in me. I'll stand in front of your groupies and let them shame me by calling me a pathetic whore. I'll push all the cum they pump into me in a dog bowl and lick it clean to make you happy. Please, Daddy, I'm so desperate. I turn my head to see what Kane has put in my holes. He stands there smirking as he holds the ends of his drumsticks.
Such a beautiful slut, aren't you, Billy?
A frustrated moan escapes my lips when Kane pulls out the drumsticks and slaps my ass.
Gotta go to work. Be a good girl and we'll take care of you after the show.
Lars tosses me my Gutless Void t-shirt as I shove my legs into my black leggings. You're both insufferable assholes. You know that? Lars wraps his arms around me and kisses my lips.
But you love us.
I smile, despite my desire to pout. I do. Very much. The guys put on their infamous gas masks before taking my hand and heading backstage. A stagehand runs up to Lars and hands him a microphone as Kane, Marley, and Iggy walk on stage to their meticulously placed instruments.
You all should consider yourselves lucky,
Lars announces, gazing at me lovingly.
Kane and I were with our muse, and you know how hard it is to drag us away from our love.
The crowd goes wild, and awes echo around the amphitheater. Lars winks at me as he sings, and my body ignites in a shiver. That man, my man, has the voice of heaven wrapped in hell, bliss, and brimstone. What the fuck? Kay whispers beside me. Oh, hey, Kay, I yell over the music. Her gaze is riveted to the stage. I turn to see Lars's head pressed against Kane's as he belts out the song. Sugar. I turn beet red as he sings the lyrics.
Licking up sin, wrapped in heaven. Nothing's as sweet, not even sugar.
Lars drags his tongue over Kane's mask and the crowd loses their minds. Girls clamor to get onto the stage while security holds them back. My cheeks burn. The keyboard kicks in and Kane grips his drumsticks. Lars gets on his knees while Kane stands over him, sucking the ends of the drumsticks that were inside me minutes ago. Oh, God, they're going to make these women feral tonight, Kay says. How do you deal with this? I shrug. We belong to each other. I smile at my men. Crazy, funny, broken, strong, talented, lovable, and all mine. This is Samantha Brentmore. We hope you enjoyed this production of Rudimentary Distortion, written by Mila Crawford. Performed in duet by J.F. Harding, Gregory Salinas, and Samantha Brentmore. Copyright 2024, Mila Crawford. Production copyright 2024, Mila Crawford. Presented by Audibly Addicted Productions.